Raqueta, tem pouco.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
This morning I'm sharing the stage with guinea fowl, and quite a few of them, as you can see. Sharing the stage with guinea fowl and barking dogs in a residential area here in Somerset West.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming, it's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Hello folks, welcome back. This is Chris live in central Pennsylvania. Land of the Amish, the Mennonites, crooked Democrats, and conservatism. Welcome back to the program. It's, Tuesday night? I get confused these days. Tuesday night, March 11th, 2025. 23:38, nearly Wednesday, just around the corner. It's already tomorrow in Europe, Africa, and points further east. Welcome back to the program. Pleasure to have you all join me once again this evening. Let's see how many of the nasty little trolls show up at this hour. You know, they're pretty lazy, so we don't expect to see them. By the way, I'm wearing something from South Africa. This is a shirt from South Africa, and this is a Boulders Cape Town. That's the Penguin Sanctuary. So if you've ever been there, interesting place. Except they're nasty little buggers. They smell. They look nice on Netflix, on documentaries. Ooh, look at the penguins. They're so cool. But they're nasty little buggers. Yes, they are endangered, though. The jackass penguins. They try to be politically correct, and now they're called African penguins. They're not jackass penguins. They're African penguins. Hang on a second. Thought maybe one of my tulips was drooping over there, but they're looking quite good, aren't they? Those tulips, bought those the other day. They've gotten taller and they're blooming now. I love tulips, but unfortunately, they last for just a short period of time in the spring. Well, welcome. So let me say hello to everyone in the chat. You know, this is the informal session. It's not the news, but we do have some news to talk about tonight, and I'll have to be forced to put those reading glasses on at some point. Wow, eyes really bother me there. Anyway, I can probably put them on now just to save myself the trouble of straining here. So Armagon's there. Welcome to you. And then we got Dylan Warren, PH, Skulk, Boddenhorst, AJ Quinn, The Prodigy. Welcome. Gideon Maloney, fellow Neanderthals and canines. Yeah, right wing, exactly. Woke up on time for a change, six-pack. Estelle, have a good day. Bets Corp, good morning. Good evening to you. Venetia Rend, what happened to spring? It was here last week, but now it's gone. Heidi, well, spring is here. It's coming right here in the Northern Hemisphere, in this part of the Northern Hemisphere. And Marinda Duplessis, welcome to you. Volmerans, Francois Leroux. Nick is here. Welcome, Nick. Willem Janssen van Rensburg. Yeah, a lot of the OGs have been quiet in the chat, letting the new people get in there, but Nick lets us know he's here. He lets us know he's here. So does Dylan. All right, Yapi Brandt, Hendo, Nick Groves, The Prodigy, Colette, Reina, Armageddon, Marinda, okay, Leandra, Cecilia Heinous. Good morning from Pretoria. Iced hazelnut coffee. Ooh, that sounds tasty, except I can't stand coffee. But it does sound nice. 1440, Xander. Line in the Sand is in from Windhoek. Wow, we got a daily presence from Namibia. That's awesome. Love to see that. By the way, if I go to Namibia, I have to get a travel authorization now. They think they're being clever by telling us that we can't have simply, entry when we come to the port anymore. They did it to 43 countries, including the United States. They want reciprocity. Well, the problem, my friend, is that no Americans go to Namibia to hide out as economic migrants. We don't do that. That's not the case coming that direction. That's why you had to get a visa. So see how many tourist arrivals you get now. UK is doing the same thing, so they're nothing special either. It's Petty Officer McBride, Courtney McBride, in from Japan, whose stay is extended, if I'm not mistaken, spending $2. Thank you for the $2 there, Courtney. Okay, did anybody check that Chris set his alarm? Yes, guys, relax. I went live at 3:33 after. There are other things. It's a one-man show. It's not like I'm working at Fox News or MSLSD or ABC or CBS, and I've got a staff of 100 running around me, and I got to take care of nothing except my own ablution requirements. No, I've got other things to take care of as well. So sorry if I made you wait 2 or 3 minutes, but y'all make me wait. I mean, when we went live, there were only 42 people here. Now there's 181. So it means 140 of you made me wait. Dougie Raymond, Georgina Olvaga, welcome to you. Rebel refugee, excuse me. Julie Edwards, Rian Steenkamp, Brenda Opperman, Leon Rutherford. Debbie says, please watch my video. Yeah, that's the video I did with Trump's foreign policy. Trump wins. It's not doing very well. That's just, I guess because the hour I published it, maybe it'll pick up in the morning. It looks like it's starting to pick up now, in the last few minutes, because people are starting to wake up and watch it. So it's a problem with publishing, things that have a large audience on that side of the world, is if you're not in the right time frame, it starts out slowly. Rian was hoping that the wait was because I had good news. No, I have no good news for you. Peter John Vust, I wish I did. The real. And there's a super chat from PH, 35 Rand. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. You're very welcome, PH. By the way, I do appreciate those little super chats. They are kind. And bunches of them come in, and they do add up in the end. So thank you for that. Mirinda says the tulips are beautiful. They are. I love tulips. They're lovely. It's just so short. Yes, Debbie, nasty, stinky penguins. They look cute, but they're not. Roderick is in from Jober. Martin, good day. Bondi Beach and Sydney, Australia, down on the East Coast. Yeah, no, the British and Irish Lions series, I'd really like to come down here this year, but the flights are god-awful expensive. I might try to fly to LA and go from there. But yeah, I don't know if I can get tickets for British and Irish Lions series. When I was on the list for almost 2 years to buy them for South Africa the last time around, they only made them available to people in the UK and South Africa. Even though I registered for the account, I couldn't get the damn tickets. And then it didn't matter in the end because nobody could go to the game. So, but kind of pissed me off. It's nonsense. So you could get the darn thing if you bought their tour package. I don't want a tour package. I want to do it on my own. I want to go to Sydney. I want to go to Tasmania. I want to go to Melbourne. I want to go to the Gold Coast, and I want to go to Perth. I don't care to go through the outback. I've seen desert all over the world. Don't need to see another one. Mark Wilkinson, welcome to you. So Canada fold on chair. Oh, they sure did. They sure did, like a cheap suit. Let me replay it for you. I'm Dougie Ford, the premier of Ontario, and I want to tell you what it's about. It's about I love Americans. We love Americans, but we're going to punish Americans because of Donald Trump. So 25% tariff, and we're not backing down. Trump. So Ontario wants to play hardball, huh? All right, let's take those tariffs and raise them 50%. 1 hour later. I'm Dougie Ford, the Premier of Ontario, and we've been in touch with the U.S. trade negotiator, and I'm not going to put those tariffs into effect. Yeah, tariffs don't work my ass. Somebody's going to play hardball, not lower them. People are going to suffer, but we'll see. We'll see. Wednesday, 12 March, 5:40 in the morning. Yes, in South Africa. Sonia, welcome to you. Charmaine Rousseau, Carlo Cronier, Chris Maurice here, and Nick Groves. Alma, Marius, Christo. Courtney, I've already mentioned. George is here. Reno, Peter said, line in the sand. They've caused chaos with tourist visas. They have. And you've had a lot fewer tourist arrivals. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's a self-inflicted wound. It's unnecessary. It's dumb. But this is arrogance of black supremacists to look for reciprocity. Well, there's reciprocity. We treat your diplomats the same way that you treat ours. Treat them fairly, and they go to the front of the queue. However, in a country where people are prone to flee for economic reasons, you just don't get a free pass coming into a country. That's not a slight on Namibia. It's just a reflection of reality. Do you want half of Namibia to be in Texas, or do you want them in Namibia? Take your choice. We don't want them in Texas. A few, but not half. Herzliche Willkommen, says Yolanda van Rensburg, except she said it. Hardy, good morning. In Afrikaans, hartlike goeiemorgen. Although I don't know how you say hartlike, because it's when you say honey, you say oines. Yeah, and you don't use the H like a W for hope. It's not hoop, it's whoop. Wat is whoop? That's what Joe Blackmon's saying that. Good morning from KZN, says Adele Talliard. Welcome to you. Any other Namibians? Yeah, there haven't been many. I've had some that come, they just don't stick. But we've had plenty of Namibians over the years, particularly when I was doing all that coverage in Namibia. But nothing's happening in Namibia. The fish rot scandal's going nowhere. The election bid was tossed out. There's nothing going on in Caprivi, Sududu Island. So, Roxanne Delarey, Anyway, sorry, I got distracted there, Roxanne. Keith Alderson's in from the UK. Welcome, Keith. How's it going? And there's Hendo right there with him in the UK. Let's see. You know what's fascinating? What I've loved about doing this is that I've introduced people to each other who never knew would have known each other either way. Otherwise, God bless it. Can't talk tonight. Would not have known each other otherwise. And some have actually introduced two cousins together in Zayrus who never met. It says we're used to Africa. Yeah, as far as on the Cyril Ramaphosa spectrum of things, I was early. I should have been another 15 minutes late. Yes, SWAPO is still running Namibia into the ground. And Loretta, there's Peter Talliard. Welcome to you. Jan Filion. Matt Canales here. Hey, a lot of Americans in chat tonight. Must be the hour. Swakopmund. Okay, is Estelle in Swakopmund? Gen 2 Cape beaches are full of them. Yeah. Japan will ever again be the powerhouse it was in the 1980s. I don't know if it will either. It's too old. It's too set in its ways. Too rigid. It'll be a powerful country, but it won't be the most powerful country. Remember, Japan was the second largest economy in the world for years. They beat the Germans out, and they had just amazing. But they ossified. Miranda says, you are really informing regarding what's going on in South Africa. Saw your interview with Answers. Well, thank you. Oh, really informed. Okay, well, thank you so much for $1.99, Brett. Thoughts on Sam Nujoma? He's dead. That's a thought. I don't have much positive to say about Sam Nujoma. He got a good ride out of life, 95 years, feted like a king, like he was some great guy, and he just led SWAPO during the war, and they didn't really win anything. South Africans just gave up. It wasn't worth the skin of the game at some point for the South Africans, so they pulled back. Oh, you're complimenting me. Sorry, Marinda. I'm very well informed. Well, thank you for that. Thank you. Yep. No. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for that compliment, though. I saw a question and answer session. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to make a video if I'm not too tired when this is over about that. Canada was caught with their pants down and they're screaming at Trump. Yep, exactly. Michael Byrne, welcome to you. Mr. Byrne. Mr. Byrne. Just did the garden route for 3 days. Must say my weeds are growing quite nicely. Okay. Interesting. Do you know what's interesting about this time of day? It's a Ronaldo free zone. Ronaldo's never up at this hour. We never see Ronaldo come in this chat. Now that's trying to smoke him out if he's here. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to smoke Ronaldo out if he's here. A couple people put some nasty stuff in the chat earlier. He did a super chat. His wasn't too bad, but someone else said something very nasty, very rude when I had it on earlier. But I think it was one of the trolls, so I moored that person right away. Gave him PK and blocked them. When Pelosi goes to penitentiary, we want names. Yeah, we do. One perp walk. Mr. Jardin, thank you, Fion Fundevestizen. Population sprinking. They just don't have the economic pull. Yep. A snow Mexican. Okay. Thank you for what you do. We saw that. Appreciate it. Ekvadia Yoafakans. Okay. Thank you, Vic. Fun sale. Nick, you'll be fit. You're only 53? Dude, I thought you were like 75. Just kidding. There was once a beautiful war fought in the movie. Yeah, there was. You saw that government that will be stupid enough to try and take on Trump. Yeah, no, they will. Well, they already have. It's comical. Trump is trolling them. What did he say? Did he call us a jelly donut? You're right, Chris Marie. There's a man in the Cape who helps you to go to the U.S. and help steal your money, too. PH, I don't know anything about that. I don't know how anybody in the Cape can help you get to the U.S. Only the U.S. government can issue a visa or a residency card or refugee status, so I don't know what that's all about. And the State Department has nothing to do with like asylum because that's done by courts here in America. Swap and ANC are the same. Yep, I'm just saying. Go back. Just saying that the technology economy here in Japan no longer set apart from the nations. Yeah, but their work ethic is still strong. And yes, their military is being rebuilt. That is interesting. And they put a lot of money into it. It's no longer a self-defense force. They finally planted Sam after he was on tour for a month. $30 million for a state service. Wow, that's insane. And he's married in Heroes Acre, which is full of not many people are actually heroes. Japan's a very rich nation and set in their ways. Yep. It's too early for trolls. Well, we had one yesterday. Love the new Tesla. Yeah, I saw the red Tesla outside the White House. That was pretty cool. And there's a super chat from Brett for $5. How is MK in opposition when they are attacking Trump in Forum? Also, Trump needs to call for the rest of undealing. I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you for your $5, Brett. Watching Ronaldo's blow-by-blow analysis of Flapjack was cringeworthy. I didn't cover it. I'm debating about whether should I cover the budget in the morning. I think maybe I'll just wait till it's over. I don't think it's going to be, should I cover it? It's going to be boring, sleep-inducing. 10 minutes to the birthday cake for, is it Brett's birthday? Why didn't Brett say that? I didn't see that. I didn't see it was Brett's birthday. Well, okay, Brett, is it your birthday? I guess it is. He's thanking somebody. There you go. Brett Sessoms tries to slip in here without his birthday. I mean, look, I only have 56,000 people watching this channel. You can't expect me to know everybody's birthday. Wolf, Neanderthal, Afro-American, says Troico. It's March 12th is your birthday. Oh, well, we're 7 minutes off then. Okay, let's count down. 7 minutes and 58 seconds. 58, 57, 56. Oh, it looks 8 back there. 8 minutes, 54, 53, 52. We're going to count down to midnight. No, we're not. Actually, Brett's birthday's not for another hour. He's in a different time zone. You're big in Japan tonight. Big in Japan, hold you tight. From the eastern sea, so blue. It's a reason when you're big in Japan. But happy birthday to Brett. Congratulations, Brett. Another year on the calendar. Joe Courtney. Oh. Well, it's not exactly a state secret, although shouldn't put things like in chat. After my Korean and Filipino friends have already wished me a happy birthday. Yeah, because it's already tomorrow, though. So if Japan has a negative birth rate, the military will probably rely on more unmanned vehicles. Well, there'll be a lot of autonomous stuff going on when it comes to military. Elizabeth Bazine-Holland's daughter's birthday is the 11th. Well, okay, well, thank you for saying that. We got so many people now, we might wind up doing birthday greetings all the time. Well, let's put the cake back up for her. There you go. There's Elizabeth's daughter's birthday. I won't be able to do all this when we start getting thousands of people. Oh, my phone is probably... Okay. All right. Cool beans. Just checking on something here. By the way, folks, Deputy Minister for Defense and Veterans Affairs, Major General Bantu Holomisa will be a guest on this program Thursday, 6 p.m. South African time. Looking forward to it. I never heard back from the young lady with the braibrukis. You might have scared her off with your rude comments. That's unfortunate. I hope not, but she hasn't even responded. I really want to get her on. Yeah, I wasn't laughing at her music. You see how many guys just rude. I was laughing at the concept of braibrukis. No, I'm not going to keep it on all the time. Yeah, there you go. Happy birthday, everybody. So we're done there. Thoughts on the four-tracker movement. Opinion, who is the most responsible for the oppression of Khoisan? Well, that's a mix of things. I mean, there were some truly brutal things done by the early European arrivals in the Western Cape with the Khoisan, actually hunted San down like animals at times. That's just truly brutal. I don't have any evidence or records of the Nguni-speaking peoples hunting them down like animals, but we certainly do have a record of dispossession and marginalization of the Khoi and San peoples, particularly San peoples, by the Nguni-speaking peoples, Bantus that came down from the Great Lakes. So I don't know. It's it's not really an argument worth getting into. It is an argument worth getting into when people deny the history and they try to say, let's get back to history. So I'm reading a book called The Lie of 1652, written by a gentleman. And it's interesting. It has some very insightful information, but there's a lot of questionable stuff in the book. He's really got some serious racist, anti-white views in it and overstates a lot of things. So it's a little frustrating to read stuff like that. What about Tasmania? Yeah, we are broke, need to tax white people more. Well, again, Brett, that's another thing. So, what are you talking about? The first incident when Europeans, that's recorded, there may have been more before that, nobody survived, but Portuguese landed and the San wiped them out. Apparently some made it back to the boats and recorded it, and that's recorded in history. That's long before the Dutch landed at Cape Town, Table Bay. Do a cooking show with someone making that because that's where we find ourselves. Okay. Rob, Chris, I reckon Emma Powell should join up with Freedom Front Plus. DA messed up and are not trusted. Pity they do such a good job with good government. Yeah, Rob, but the problem with that is then Miss Emma Powell, who seems to be very, very smart, very switched on, they only have like 6 members of Parliament. The DA's got 87, so her chances of getting into Parliament are much slimmer if she's with the Freedom Front Plus. Yeah, we got Ukraine to come to a ceasefire. Sonia, good morning to you. Cohen Skeppers, welcome to you. God bless it. Knot in my muscle is still there. It won't go away. I have to go see a freaking masseuse or something. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Diaz was there before Rebeck. Yep. Bartholomew Diaz. And he wasn't the only one. There were other Portuguese there. So, yeah, that's the thing. JJ Pretorius is congratulating the U.S. on the ceasefire. Yes, indeed. We do have a ceasefire. But we'll see if it holds. This comes just hours after Ukraine launched drones and war crimes attacking apartment buildings and civilians in Moscow. I don't know about that, Charmaine. I don't know about that. Also investigate a war with Russia with those disputed Northern Islands. Yeah, Zelensky thought he had a choice, exactly. I'm not aware of Zelensky specifically targeting them. Sir Francis Drake. Yeah, he flew around. He went around too. Emma should join Aaron along with Rob and Sama. Who is Sama? PD. Will the Russians accept ceasefire? I don't know, line in the sand. It's an opportunity. They're going to be able to keep the gains that they've got, most likely. There's no loss in it for Russia. They're not exactly advancing right now, so taking it is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Okay, I do have a little bit of news to talk about here. So first off, the DA is going to oppose the budget speech, so that's not going to go anywhere. Unless the Freedom Front Plus, or not Freedom, unless the EFF suddenly decides to jump into the mix. The small increase in VAT is likely to be part of the budget speech. The DA is expected to oppose the budget. Parliament must accept and amend the fiscal framework by the end of March, or the government shuts down, I suppose. A significantly larger increase, less than the 2%, will still take place, according to Gondwana's budget. The ANC doesn't have a majority in either committee or House and requires support of one of the 4 biggest parties in Parliament to pass the framework. So they could do with MK, EFF is not enough, though. So they're going to need more than that. Talks between the ANC and DA have failed to reach a resolution. The ANC insiders said the DA's list of requirements was excessive and required us to implement their manifesto, while DA insiders said the ANC had told it to sod off. Wow. DA has been attempting to extract commitments from ANC that would improve the efficacy of spending. Brad Herron, Secretary General of the Good Party, would not be drawn in discussions. He just said that they met. It's correct. There's a meeting. There's talk among leaders. There will also be a presentation to Cabinet in the morning. Freedom Front Post leader Corney Mulder. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. No, MK won't approve it. And there will be looting and riots like 2020. I think you're right about that. Well, the Finance Minister, Enoch Gondwana, is facing backlash from spoiled little babies because he stated the obvious. Advocacy group Black Sash. Black Sash movement is still around? Jeez. Apartheid's over. What are they doing around? They've accused Finance Minister Enoch Gondwana of using the social relief grant to his leverage to gain acceptance of a VAT hike. Follows a statement there would be no need for a VAT increase if the COVID-19 social relief of distress grants were reduced. Well, duh. He's exactly right. Why is there backlash? Millions of unemployed South Africans rely on this handout for survival. If you allowed me to cut that, I wouldn't increase anything. I'm faced with increased expenditures that are not in the budget. His 2% value add increase was rejected by members of the Government National Union. Proposal will face widespread criticism from MK Party, of course. The Black Sash Executive Director Rachel Rukasa, that does not sound like a South African name, Rukasa, pointed out that millions depend on the grant and accused the minister of pitting the poor people against each other. To say the grant is the reason he's in trouble now is shocking. Honestly, as a society, we should be wary of the minister's language. I need this. The minister does not live in a dictatorship. He's a Democratic elected official who must consult not only with the ANC leadership, but the broader coalition. His dislike of the grant should not be the reason behind such actions. Well, Black Sash movement, your denial of reality, your cognitive dissonance of the budget situation is comical. Nobody's entitled to a handout, and there's no money to pay for it. So how exactly do you expect him to magically come up with that? Would you strip the defense budget of the 0.7% of GDP currently spent on it? Would you do that? These people are living in a fantasy world, an absolute fantasy world. They don't live in reality. Gondwana is not wrong. No, virtual Western Cape. No. Not going to happen. If the DA ditched the ANC, the MK party's not going to come in. Stop falling for that horse manure. Jacob Zuma is obsessed with becoming a member of the ANC again and eating it from the inside out. Do you honestly think that the ANC would ever, for a heartbeat, no matter who runs the ANC, unless it's a radical economic transformation faction, let Jacob Zuma come back in? It would be the death of the ANC. They would be gone. They're down to 32% popular support in polls already amongst likely voters. That would be the death of them. So, no, there will never be an ANC-MK coalition. It would destroy the ANC. And they're stupid, but they're not that stupid. So stop believing the doomsday. You drank too much of John Steenhuisen's coffee. Back away from John Steenhuisen's coffee because it's simply not true. David Wilson, good morning. 19,000 education department teachers at risk. Yep, that's right. Call it the white sash. Love the West Coast. Okay. They'll have to stop their looting and that hurts. Yep, the money is drying up. How about we start not supporting single mothers with 8 children from 5 different fathers? Well, Stefan Fourie, you have a valid point there. Maybe if people were responsible for their own actions, things might be a little bit different. Just saying. Pandemic's been over for a long time. Cancel that grant. Exactly. The pandemic's been over for 4 years. Why are we still paying a social relief grant? Because once you give a handout to someone, they never go. Latest DA poll numbers were up by 3. Yeah, I have the poll. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not buying it from the Social Research Foundation. But their logic made sense when they explained it. But still, I mean, it just seems a little suspicious to me. Let me see if I can find that. That was a while back. We had that a couple weeks ago. Let me slide through my folders here. See if I can't find that poll. Oh, man, it's knot in my neck. It's still killing me here. So I'm just trying to find that thing now. Wow, this is just a couple days. Boy, I do a lot of work here. I didn't realize it's that far back. Okay. Still not there. Wow. I'm back to the rugby from last weekend. I need to start filing these things in different places so they're readily available for me and handy. Easy to get to. Not seeing it. I know it's here. That's Valentine's Day. Now I'm back then. Wow. Oh, there it is. Got it. Just about ready to give up, and there it is. So here's the polling for the major parties, according to the Social Research Foundation. So, look, this is what they say. I'm not sure I buy it entirely, but the methodology seems sound. So this is what they say, comparing to May of 2024 when the election occurred to February of 2025. Look at this. So every major party here has lost ground except for the DA. They claim they gained 3%, which seems odd. But look at the ANC, cratering, 40%. So bear in mind that they were at 69% a couple election cycles ago. So they have less than half the support they had. Oh, but black people always vote for the ANC. No, they won't. Oh, they'll just go to MK. Well, maybe they will, but they're declining too. They'll go to the EFF. The EFF is barely on the register. Look at that. Wow. Well, Alan, that's what I just said. Paul Mashatile is part of the RET. He's also lying, and I'm going to cover that today too. He wrote an op-ed. Well, somebody wrote an op-ed under his name. It's online. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, hopefully. So, 297 people currently, 155 likes. Let me get the like button out.
That was easy.
Piece of cake. Hit that like button. Push this over the top. Here we go. Okay. On my second 715, wow, that's a big cup of Bortros. What is that, tea? Steenheisen can't keep up with you. Okay. Rob Hertzhoff is pessimistic, says Ravani. Can't do any of those because that relates to less votes to the ballot box. Okay. So those are the latest numbers we have from any source. Charles Boyson, good morning to you. Second. See that useless Cyril posed on the news last night. He's personally will sort out. Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. Notice that the tone that Cyril Ramaphosa took with AfriForum and Solidarity. He basically saying that they didn't commit treason, but he's just disappointed them for spreading misinformation. Well, they did spread misinformation. They stated facts. They may not like the way they present it, but that's because you haven't sent a delegation. February 7th, Trump sent out his executive order. March 7th, March 12th. Wait until next month. That's silly. Terrenced. I don't know what that means. Gifted one membership, and Zena got it. Congratulations. Thank you for your membership. Gotcha. No matter how tough life has got, I've never will ask this government for any sort of money. Yeah, Leandra, same boat here. I'm fortunate that the only time I ever potentially would have gotten a handout would have been unemployment insurance when I left the Army in 1987. But it was a thoroughly disgusting and morale-crushing event to go to the employment office in Ohio and register to work. I went there and because I'm supposed to. That's what they tell you to do. Go register for unemployment, collect your unemployment. You get a minimum, the minimum that the state offers you're entitled to by federal law. And I went and I was like, ugh, I'll survive. I've got a little bit of savings. And then I got a job a couple of days after that. So MK want to riot. We'll see. By the way, what's happening with Zandile? Not Zandile. Duduzile Zuma. What's happening to her? No updates on that. You know how quiet they've gone on that case. It won't be ceasefire. Seems like an insincere effort, as Russia always said. That a ceasefire is unacceptable. Is that what you're trying to say? We'll see. Well, it's not an insincere effort because since Ukraine agreed to the ceasefire, then Trump is willing to start sending them weapons again and equipping them, and also, we'll work with them. So works out very well for Ukraine, which is why they were so stupid to be so arrogant in the White House. I think he can strike a ceasefire with Putin, and Putin will just get what then they might go back to conflict later on, but I think he will get it. It's in his interest. Don't let people treat you like old toast. Thank you for membership. Did you give someone a membership by mistake and then got one for yourself? Because you just gave a membership, but thank you for that. Don't let people teach you like old toast. Don't let people teach you like old toast. You're a bribewoodkey, baby. Well, hopefully she comes on. I haven't heard from her. Let me look and see if she's written back because I haven't checked my mail for some time. I don't like the new mail format. I'm going to have to download a client that lets me bring the mail in there, because the way Yahoo and Google and all these other sites do the mail is just ugly. I don't like it now. So let me just do a search in my mail and see if I heard back from her. I hadn't heard back from her before, so let me try this. Nope. Nothing. Haven't heard from her. Shame. Maybe she got frightened off, or she's busy. Anyway, that's a shame. So people are signing up to the Substack account. That's awesome. Thank you for that, folks. So if you're looking for updates on videos, in fact, I have to put that one on there and update that. So we have the Substack. So if you want to subscribe to my Substack, where you also find other articles, here it is. So if you're trying to find me on this social media, by the way, my Twitter account is suddenly over 6,000 people. Wow, that only took 23 years. Clive David, thank you, Clive David. Thank you for sharing that. And Teresa Engelbrecht, thank you for your membership. Natasha Postumus, welcome to you. We have a lot of little things that would confuse the crap out of most people. It's true. There's Arctic. He's in California. I wish they all could be California girls. Ivan's on a roll and want Odessa as well. We'll see, line in the sand. All right, we'll see what happens there. Tim Martens. Okay, so let's get back to the news here. So that's not the news. That's Romania. I'm talking about Romania right now. There we go. All right. So Ramaphosa must condemn Gondwana for his irresponsible comments, according to civil rights groups, because Gondwana said he didn't have to consult the other GNU partners. Wow. Mary's going to get some sleep. Okay. Try not to trip over a homeless guy. That's San Francisco and LA, not the rest of the state. The IFE must get the Zulus to follow them, then MK and ANC will not survive. Yeah, that's true. Civil society groups say the finance minister's comments in Sunday Times shows lack of regard for the democratic process. A coalition of 10 civil society organizations have called on President Ramaphosa to censure Finance Minister Enoch Gondwana. In the article, Gondwana is expected to deliver the budget speech tomorrow, or today. It's now today. Weeks after his postponed, asserted that he's not required to consult on the budget outside of ANC leadership due to market sensitivity, and that ideally he should consult as few people as possible. So the Institute for Economic Justice, Pay the Grants, the National Education, Health and Allied Workers Union, Black Sash, Alternative Information Development Center said these comments expose the minister's lack of regard for the democratic process and the Constitution. In making them, he has misled the public, sought to pit the poor against each other, and attempted to use the press to secure National Treasury's preferred policy outcome over the will of cabinet. Well, who cares what the cabinet has to say? It's not up to the cabinet. It's up to Parliament. It's up to the people in Parliament, but who cares what the cabinet's opinion is? I really don't care. They're just members of Parliament. That's what you get when you have a parliamentary system, folks. They're just members of Parliament. So their vote doesn't count for any more than any other member of Parliament. But I think of Trump buying a Tesla. I think it was brilliant. If I could afford a Tesla, I don't really like electric cars. I don't want an electric car. I think they're environmentally disastrous. What they do to the environment to make those things is absolutely horrific. Internal combustion engine is much more reliable, much more affordable, much more attractive. But if I could afford a Tesla, I'd go buy one right now just to support Elon Musk because of the demonic leftists and their behavior. Yep. Yeah, the Model S looks great, but also probably $100,000. Tons of homeless people in California. Is it that laziness to work? No. The reason there's so many homeless in California is because they tolerate it. That's one reason. Number two, the reason there's so many homeless in California is because of the tax structure and the rent structure and the fact that government puts people to bind. So rents have become so expensive, particularly Los Angeles and San Francisco, people can't afford to have a house to live. They can't afford it. The price of rents have gone up because of taxes that keep going up locally. That was a whole tax revolt back in the 1970s. Proposition 13, the state nearly folded in on itself. It was a major civic movement to limit the increase in property taxes. But there's plenty of other taxes that get put in place that make it difficult, and other ordinances to make it impossible for owners to survive. So the unaffordability of housing is a major reason in California why there's so many homeless. But the tolerance is a major issue. The weather is decent year-round in San Diego and Los Angeles, and if you don't get the vagrants off the streets, it attracts more. And that's what happened. And overnight, they let the place go to crap. I know people used to clean quarters. They make a lot of money doing that per hour. Yep. Here in our town, black adults force their daughters to have children so they can get grants. I don't know if that's true, Paul. Oh, she put all the Victoria's Secret models to shame. Shame. Just think about it. If America takes over South Trump, no, we're not taking over. No, thank you. Trash can politics. Ellen and the IFP must get the Zulus to follow them. Okay, that's who said that. Okay. There are tons of homeless in California. Yes, I think I've answered that question. Just notice the extra addition at the top of the page to get top chat, live chat now. What's this? Just notice the extra addition. At the top of the page, you get top chat, live chat, and now fan funding. Okay, let me see that. Hang on a second. What are you talking about? Am I on? Am I on? Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go there now. I'm going to mute. Okay. Oh, that's not it. I'm in the wrong place. That's silly. We're in the wrong place here. Let's get the right place. Okay. If you're on YouTube, okay, here we go. I'm over there. Got my head sideways. That's up to date. Top chat. Fan funding. Oh, that is new. Look at that. Wow. Oh, I like that. That's new. Thank you for sharing that. I hadn't seen that before. I wonder if that shows up in my studio as well. Let me look and see. That would be the most useful place for it. It does. In fact, they just showed it's got a blue thing. So, wow, that's pretty cool. It doesn't show up in my software over here. It isn't in Streamlabs yet. All right, so Courtney gave $1.99. PH gave 35 Rand. Brett $1.99. Brett $4.99. Then one gifted membership, then a membership, then another membership. Wow, that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I didn't see that. That's nice. That's an improvement. That's nice to see YouTube improve things as time goes by. AJ Quinn's name is on the manifest. You really know we take it for granted here in Southern, but it's actually really rare for us to have one-on-one with someone from the U.S. and ask any question. Well, Virtual Western Cape, yeah, no. I mean, how many people in the U.S. know about South Africa and give their time? So, Mark Dahl, good morning, fellow Neanderthals and canines. Good morning, Antoinette Cronier. HM Fund Us said Trump would never accept a foreign military presence in his backyard. Why is it so difficult to understand that Russia won't stop at all until their objections are met? I don't understand what you're talking about there, HM Fund Us. So you're saying that Ukraine is not entitled to a defense force to defend itself? I mean, I think the fact that Russia invaded it in 2022 makes the point that they deserve a national defense force. Estonia has one. Finland has one. Moldova has a defense force, what little there is. These are all states that border Russia. The Chinese communists have a defense force. Pakistan has a defense force. India has a defense force. Iran has a defense force. I mean, I don't get your point. Are you implying that NATO is in Ukraine? Because they're not, and they'll never be part of Ukraine. Nope. NATO will never be part. Ukraine will never be part of NATO. By arming Ukraine, he's gambling with our lives like he's Zelensky of. Well, he hasn't delivered anything yet. The media say he's delivering stuff. So, and Trump did arm Ukraine with Javelin self-defense anti-tank weapons his last term. One reason why the Russians didn't get so far in their advances. Would Trump accept that Mexico is entitled to have Russian-Chinese bases? No. There are no U.S. bases in Ukraine. What are you getting at? I don't understand. Dude, yeah, don't worry about spelling. I get it. I understand it. You're typing. You might even be on a mobile. I don't understand your point. Come out and make your point because you're not making it. You're implying things without stating it, so it's hard to respond. NATO is not in Ukraine. NATO is not in Ukraine. No, they're not. They're not there. No, and Ukraine is not in NATO. And there were no NATO people in Ukraine when Russia invaded. So that's just nonsense. You're buying Russian propaganda. That's total Russian propaganda. Total nonsense. By invading Ukraine, he made it a more likely possibility. Finland was a neutralized country, not allied to anyone, not in any defense pact until, of course, Russia invaded. Now, Finland and Sweden have joined NATO. Wow. I didn't say Ukraine doesn't want to be. They also will be a member of the European Union. They're not a member of NATO. Yep. What will happen when Americans start buying farms and properties? Can their farms and property be taken? Yes, they can. Absolutely. No, it doesn't matter whether you register title deed in another country. It doesn't belong to the other country. It's the sovereign soil of South Africa, so it really doesn't matter where your title deed is registering. Yeah, Sweden, I said that. Yeah, Sweden joined as well. Sweden hadn't been allied in a military alliance since Charles XII time frame, 3 centuries ago. Ukraine is historically Russia, Sweden and Finland not. Oh, no, you're wrong about that. Finland was part of Russia. The Duchy of Finland was part of Russia for hundreds of years. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, buddy. The Russians defeated the Swedes, and they occupied Finland for a long time. Helsinki, in fact, the furthest western Russian base was in the Åland Islands. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, all the way through the Napoleonic Wars, there was a big battle there. Okay, the Åland Islands, historically part of Swedish realm and later incorporated into the Grand Duchy of Finland under Russian rule, became a target of British and French naval campaign during the Crimean War, 1856. Yep, I'm trying to find, where's it at here? In 1918, it was invaded during the Finnish Civil War. Yep. Swedes were involved. The Germans were involved. The Finns were involved. The Soviets were involved. Yep. 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 During the 7-month campaign in Öland, the Germans lost 6 men. 3 of them were killed March 9th as an icebreaker struck a mine and sank. 2 sailors drowned. There was 1 Swedish soldier who died. Infantry sergeant committed suicide. 3 Finnish whites were killed in the Battle of Godby, 2 in the Battle of Korpo, and 1 in the Battle of Nagu. The number of Russian Bolshevik soldiers killed is unclear. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah, no, Finland was part of Russia for a long time. Ukrainians receiving training in NATO countries like F-16 pilots. Yeah, why? Because Russia invaded. That wasn't happening before. You can't make the argument after they caused it to happen. It's just silly. South Africa has a defense force, but it's not suited for anything. In the east of Ukraine is ethnic Russians. Yeah, and in Botswana, there are Boers. And Namibia, there are Boers. Should they be part of South Africa? Come on. That's just silly. There are Hungarians, millions of Hungarians living in Romania and Yugoslavia. Should that be part of Hungary? Never said the Finns were ethnic Russians. They're Finno-Uric people. They're not Russian. It doesn't matter. Ukrainians aren't Russians. Just because Russia was founded in Kiev doesn't mean it's Russian. They left for Moscow centuries ago. You're making silly arguments here, man. I mean, your arguments make no weight to them. Clearly, you're pro-Russian. I got it. I'm not anti-Russian. I'm not pro-Ukrainian. I'm not the opposite either. Just believe in the truth. Yes, yes, Kiev did. Yes, okay, gosh, are you just tuning in HM Van Ice? I've talked about this 1,000 times. Well, you're not pro-truth because you keep presenting things in a faction that don't matter. It doesn't matter. I've talked about how evil Ukraine's president is. He banned Russian language. He banned the Russian Orthodox Church. He refuses to hold elections. He's one of those corrupt leaders in all of Europe. And all he's done is use the social media and the cameras as a pulpit to grift more money for people with no accountability and got hundreds of thousands of people dead. But Russia has no basis for this. This is an illegal occupation, illegal war. They had no basis. The ethnic Russian groups that lived in Ukraine were not Russia's responsibility. They were citizens of Ukraine. Just like the Arabs who live in Israel are not the Palestinian Authority's responsibility, nor Jordan or Egypt's. They're Israel's responsibility. And their treatment is the government of Israel's responsibility. And they're treated very well. They run for office. They sit in government. They sit in the military. They're judges. They're police. They're business owners. They get along just fine with other Israelis. They carry Israeli passport, despite the fact that they're Arab, and many of them are Muslim. Some of them are Christians. So that's just a nonsensical argument. You know, okay, so we've got a bunch of Palestinians that are living in Patterson, New Jersey. So should that become part of the Palestinian Authority? Does that give Palestine the authority to invade America? Come on, man, that's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. No sense at all. There are ethnic Germans in Romania. So does the German government have a right to come in and occupy and take Transylvania and make it part of Germany? There are ethnic Germans in all over Europe. Come on, man. Yes, they did. They seceded. That's right. And they begged Russia for incorporation, but that doesn't mean Russia has any obligation to do it. There are Russians in Kazakhstan. There are Russians in Tajikistan, in Kyrgyzstan. Does that mean that should be part of Russia? No. Come on, man. You can't type fast enough to answer my wrong comments. Okay, HM Fanas, you appear to be trolling. You don't want to have a coaching conversation, so I'll stop responding to you. Okay, there's still a divide between English and Afrikaans. My ancestors is German and Welsh, but all this talk about it is Afrikaans. We have no Afri-Forum to protect us. Well, why don't you join Afri-Forum? Training, Vam. Why aren't you part of Afri-Forum then? Elmarie Mayer says, when we come as refugees, do we have to get our own medical aid insurance? I've covered that in the finance video. So you can get that at the, go to the Substack. And you'll find the video on finance. And that will tell you about medical. Okay? There you go. Arctic is pro vodka and blondes. Jeremy, welcome to you. Yeah, Russia was always Mongolian. The Mongols annexed Russia. Exactly. Yeah, the Russians were a small group of people who didn't exist as a group, and there were plenty of Central Asians living there all the way in past the Urals, west of the Urals. The Great Horde invaded and conquered all of Russia. Those are Hungarians. Should Hungary control Russia? I mean, look, come on. We can have some serious conversation here. This is like having a conversation with the EFF and MK and ANC about the land in South Africa. It's just silly. I've been told for Afrikaners only, but I'll try and see if I can join. Anybody can join training. I can join. It's easy. You don't have to be an Afrikaner. Now, if you don't feel they're dealing with your interest, then that's nothing. So Afri-Forum. Okay. Let's go. Afri-Forum. Okay. I'm just going to go through it. Okay, here you go. So here's Afri-Forum's website. I'm not advocating. Okay, so join. Well, it's in Afrikaans. Let's switch to English. Since you're English. Okay, now we're in English. Oh, it was in English. Excuse me. Now we're in Afrikaans. On self. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the English. Afri-Forum stands together. You can donate to them if you want, or you can join. Here you go. Okay. Well, that's stupid. So it gives in Afrikaans. I like that picture they put together. Outside South Africa, waar woon Tians? Where do you live now? Outside South Africa. Okay, and here's your voornaam. And there you go. There's your family name. There's your cell phone number. You can drop down countries. Look, if you want to go from the Öland Islands. Email, passport number. I don't know why they need your passport number. So anyway, but yeah, you can join them. But no, I get your point. So why don't you found something? Why don't you found something for English-speaking South Africans? Do it. There's no reason you can't do it. I mean, somebody started Afri-Forum. It wasn't organic. It didn't just appear out of the blue. It didn't roll out of the oxen wagon. Here's Afri-Forum. So start one, man. Want to have a transaction agreement instead of AGOA. It's not ALGOA. Please stop writing ALGOA. It's confusing. It's AGOA. ALGOA is a bay. AGOA is an agreement. Please, I'm not picking on you, Jeremy. Just please, you're not alone. Lots of people keep writing ALGOA, and it gets very distracting. When you say transactional, AGOA is a transactional agreement. Although we get nothing for it. You get everything. We get nothing. So I said very much in my interview, who was I talking to? And I said it's very likely that we'll see, maybe it was Emma, we'll see a bilateral agreement between the U.S. and South Africa. Hey, Goodman, how's it going? Can we talk about refugees and people going? Parents are sick and will not go. I will have to look at them. What do you think is in store for us? In store for us? I don't know, Teresa. I don't know where you live. I don't know what's going on. I mean, if you live in Eiserfontein, you're going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen there, So I don't know. You got to give me more details, but we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Not sure joining Afri-Forum for protection is practical. Well, you don't have to join Afri-Forum for protection. You can contact Afri-Forum and find about neighborhood patrols and see if they cover your area. If you want to volunteer your time without being a member, you can do it. I went on patrol with Afri-Forum in Zeres. I'm not a member of Afri-Forum. I went out there. I filmed them. Yep. Let me see if I can find that. When did I do that? Was that 2022 or I think it was 2023? So let's go to here. 2023. Okay. Would have been August. Is that right? It might have been September. Let me see. Okay. Well, there's Feldriff. So it was after that, I think. Yeah, it should be in this folder. It's July and August when I went. So I'm just trying to see. There's Simonstown. There's Cape Town. Okay. There's PE. Now I'm in PE. Okay. PE. Where's that at? Where the heck is that one at? Oh, that was in Howick. Okay. Oh, that's a cool picture. I forgot about that one. Yeah. You guys, I like this picture. I'm going to use this for something sometime. Check it out. What do you think of this? Tell me what you think of this photograph. Forgot I took this one. So let me do this real quick so you can see it. What do you think of that photo? That's cool, huh? I like that one. That's pretty cool. Fly sapphire. Okay. All right, so let me go back and see if I can't find what I'm looking for here. Okay. That's the Mandela capture site in Howick. Okay. And then there's Amasymtoti, one with ice skating. Hey, ice skating! So this is an Amasymtoti. Hey, ice skating! Amasymtoti, Durban in KZN, down here in South Africa on the East Coast. Something different. It is wintertime after all, but we're inside. So, at the Galleria Mall, ice skating. In shorts, of course. Always in shorts, even in the wintertime. I do wear trousers, but didn't plan on going ice skating. Just came across it. What the heck? Check it out. Lots of fun. Anyway, so there's that. That's not what I was looking for, though. I'm looking for something else very different there. There's the multi-party charter. Herman Mashaba interview. Okay. Oh, there's the... Do I have any? Yeah. Here's the Fuck Off Policier. Here we go. So this is the Fuck Off Policier concert that I went to in Pretoria East. Pretty cool, huh? Yep. That was an epic trip. A lot of these have been epic trips. It's hard to keep topping them all the time. Let's see, here's another one here from that concert. Why does this thing take so long? Oh, here we go. Early B. Early B up there on the stage, man. That was a big surprise for me. I didn't know he performed with Fuck Off Policier. Yep. All right. That was a big night. Yep. All right. Now I'm trying to get it. Oh, here we are having a little fun with our meet and greet. This was fun. This was in Pretoria. Check this one out. Some familiar faces here, folks. There you go. There we are. Look at that. Arms crossed. Hey, Ruthie's hiding behind my shoulder. I just realized that. Oh, my goodness. There you go. All right, guys. All right. All right, back to where we were here. All right, so. Oh, yeah. So Hank and I did we did the live stream together. That was pretty cool. Oh, and then I went to Kruna, which was very disappointing, man. Very disappointing. There's a bunch of English stuff. Let's see what we got here. Is this Kurt Darren? I can't see. It's kind of fuzzy. Let's see if this is what it is. Okay. Hang on a second here. So.
They say, oh my gosh, I see the way you shine. Take my hand, my dear, and place them both in mine.
Oh, there's Brandon Piper over there. That wasn't Kurt. Yeah. Anyway, that was at Loftus. You can see Loftus there. It was packed that night. Very disappointing, though. I mean, I didn't go to hear Dance Monkey. Dance Monkey, Dance Monkey, Dance Monkey. Why am I hearing Dance Monkey in an Afrikaans concert? I never really did not get that one. So let me see. Let's see who's this now. Here's Snot Cup. I don't know what song's being sung, but here's Snot Cup. I caught him running right in front of me here. Here's Snot Cup. Mit je kleren aan. Leia. Yeah, Snot Cop singing Mit je kleren aan at Kruna. Yeah, anyway. All right, so I've still not found what I'm looking for here. Okay. But they sang all these English songs, which I found very annoying. I didn't go to hear all these English songs. Boy, I took a lot of pictures that night and a lot of videos. I didn't realize I took that many. Wow. A suspiciously large number of videos of the scantily clad dancers I have here. There's Juanita Duplessis. She came out. Not the best picture here. It's a little fuzzy, but there's Juanita, and she came over near me. Anyway, that's not what I'm looking for. You get distracted when you're looking for things, man. All right. Okay, now I'm away from there finally. Oh, here we go. This is when I'm out doing interviews. This is out below Zeerust. Hello again, folks. This is Chris in Northwest Province with the Forum for Democrats in a local informal settlement. And when I say local, that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, it was a dusty ride to get here. It took quite a while, but I'm surprised this is still part of the municipality all the way out here as far as it is from Zeerust. But we're going to have a little help today because my Setswana, of course, that's the other side of the border here at Tswana, but my Setswana is a little rusty, so I'm going to get some help here. And I'll just have her introduce everyone. So tell us who you are and your role in the party, and then the nice lady we're meeting with.
Thank you, Chris. My name is Lerato Morabanto. I'm the legal personnel.
Wait. That name sounds familiar. Morabanto.
Yes. Yes. I'm dealing with the legal department, legal things in the party. That's my portfolio within the party. Yes.
Okay.
And the lady over here is Mematha. She's from this village, the locality Ritflay. She has been staying here for years and years now.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask her the question and then give her a chance. I'll say it in English and then you can translate it and then I'll go to her. Okay.
Yes,
and when she responds, I'll come back to you for the translation.
No problem.
Otherwise, it's musical chairs with the microphone back and forth. But anyway, folks, hang tight. Here we go. All right. So if you could have her just introduce herself to us in Tswana and tell us how long she's lived here. Okay.
Okay. Mematha. Ra go tlhoka gore o re bolelle gore kwena mang leina le sefane le gore o ntse fana sebaka se se kana kang o bua fela ka Setswana o repile
ya re mos ya no ga ke sa tlhole ke lebetse nna mos
bua fela le
ke Marta Mokhosi
o ntse fana sebaka se se kana kang
go fana o ka re ai nna ke lebetse go fa re di jara re nna teng ya nna gore
is it 80s or 90s
kwara pele ga 90s.
Yes. Her name is Marta. She has been staying here way before the 90s, so around the 80s. She's been staying in this area.
So since the 1980s, this informal settlement has existed, and we've walked around. I've seen some outdoor privies that have been put in that looks like they've got numbers on them, so it looks like some government did it. And all I've seen is some water tanks here, but I really haven't seen much of any other development here. There's no street lights, there's no paved roads, there's no shops here other than one little tuck shop. Has it been like this the whole time? I think the answer is yes. So I guess the question for her is, has it always been like this, and have people been left to their own?
Yes. Ma bontse re tsamaya mona re bone gore go ntse jang. Re bone gore ke tuck shop nyana ile ngwe fela, re bone gore ga gona sepe ntle le go kgwaritsa mo mabating maina a matlo ya no mpotso ke gore is khale go ntse jana if go khale go ntse jana gona le any a gona le sengwe se se leng gore ke ditlhabologo tse di kileng di nna e se le go tloga le nnafa
ga ise be re kry ditlhabologo ke gona ela nna ke bone tsone di toilet tse fela ke tsone ditlhabologo
di tlile le di toilet
ga ke tso di tsene nako mang
There has not been any development in this area. The only thing that they saw is just the toilets. They only saw the toilets recently, like last year, as early as last year. From the earliest 80s, it has always been like this.
So what do people do here? I mean, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I saw big piles of slate over here. Is there any employment, or did people just find this spot to live because it was a spot they could find?
Batho ba dirang ka kwano go tle jang go tle go nna ka kwano re bone kwa rikwa e go iragala eng batho ba ka kwano van ba sha ba bereka eng ba golo ba bereka eng go na le mebereko ka kwano
na go ntse o berekiwa yone kwa rie jaanong e be tswa jaanong ka ga re sala re nna teng
di simolotse le tla go bereka mo kwa ring
a e go re le kgwa le ne le teng mo polasing mo gone kwa rie a ba re ba le kubiwa mo dipolasing le tleng go nna ka mo polasing e go berekiwang kwa re mo go yone jaanong e rile ga re ntse bakgwa ba ntse ba re ko balo mo dipolasing ke ga re tla mo ka re filwe ke lekgwa leo gore re ka nna teng ka.
Anyway, that wasn't what I was looking for either. That's just 2 years ago right now. I lost 36 people who weren't interested in that. Right, so that's a couple years ago. I need to check and see if that's on the site, and if not, I need to publish that bad boy. So here's some conditions that people living in. Let's see if we can get that up here. Oops. This is her kitchen.
This is all the east.
This is, and how does she cook with charcoal?
We will go to the firehouse.
Oh, so it's not in here. Here she just prepares things.
She just prepares things.
Okay.
You can see that there's food here that they were eating.
Yes.
This is all her kitchen. She cannot even clean because if you can check here, this is the kitchen that they stay in. The dust comes
Just
in.
comes straight in. So there's no point in cleaning because
There's no point.
that car that just went by far too fast made it dusty. So, aye.
And then this is the bedroom. This is where they sleep. This is where they
2023.
Yes. She sleeps in this bed. This is where they sleep. The children sleep on the floor here on this mat. You can see this.
Anyway, yeah. So I need to put those out. I don't remember if I put those out or not. So that was interesting there. So how are we doing? Three people stuck with us. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for that other video. Now I forgot what I was looking for. Hopefully I find it. There's Soltech. I'm at Soltech. Then I'm at the BRICS Summit. Here we go. BRICS. Let me see which one. That was 119. That one is 240. Here we go. Hello, folks. It's Chris Wyatt at the BRICS Convention in Sandton City, Johannesburg. An odd conglomeration of countries that started out as an acronym back in 2001 by a Goldman Sachs analyst who was trying to describe the emerging economies of the 21st century. And he talked about Brazil, Russia, India, and China. A few years later, South Africa was invited to join and became BRICS. And here we are, the 15th summit of BRICS, many years later. This is a grouping that doesn't have a formal treaty as such, but is seeking to become a counterweight in the global economic order. I see my skin was really messed up there. I had this, that rosacea was causing me all kinds of problems. Wow, people are leaving now. Well, I'm sorry if I'm boring you with the content. Maybe they're going to work. All right. So still going on. Oh, there's Eintracht. There we go. So someone said they knew Devin Hofmeyer last night. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Here you go. So here's Devin. Let me get this up here real quick. There's Devin right there. Okay. That was an epic trip. Yeah, let's see. Okay. There's Steve. Okay. Oh, here you go. This one, some people know this guy. So here you go. This is when I get back. Francois van Cook. Okay, but I still not find what I'm looking for. What video was I looking for now? I've gotten confused and lost. Nope, I think that's it. There's no one else here. Huh. Interesting. What video was I looking for? I got so down a rabbit hole. Can't remember what it was. Obviously, it wasn't here. Started with that darn skating thing. Blauberg Strand. Yep. You're right, Debbie. That's what it was. I love the sea view. Yeah, it's beautiful there. Yep. All right. So you went to Franschhoek also. Yeah, no, I've been to Franschhoek, yeah, on every trip almost. No, that was just one particular trip I was looking to see. South African government does not care and does not develop these people's infrastructure. It's horrendous. We are fortunate. That's why people leave their homes and get stuck in something. Yep. No, that's inventing the wheel here. Okay. What are you guys talking about here? David Wilson getting married? Okay, Stancrite looks like iFreeform will let me join. Yeah, they will let you join. Whether you want to is your thing. Yeah, how many hours are there in a day? There's 48 in Pennsylvania, apparently. Yeah, we're behind you, so we do the day twice. Arctic says, no photo after Evans, I'm a human. Arctic, I have a picture of you at Linwood Bridge. Have you forgotten that? Be careful. I'll show it. You're killing me. Wasn't a good idea with that many brandies. No, Pete, it's not a good idea to ice skate when you're drunk. Good morning, Mike Weston. How you doing? Oh, boy. Loved doing that as a kid at Colonnade, okay? I've done that since my bush flying days. U.S. gives us a go. In return, they want us to respect democracy. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't even uphold that. Exactly. That's all we asked for. Solomon Crocodile, watch your interview with Emma. Disappointed that you did not ask her any hard questions. Really? I didn't ask any hard questions? Such as? Please give me an example, Solomon Crocodile, which you thought a hard question I didn't ask was. The interview was about her trip to the States. What hard question did I not ask her? I'm entertaining. I'm here to listen to it. So what did I not ask her? Okay. Okay, so that was talking about refugees. I said we can do that. HM Fun Us says it's fair for Trump to give refugee status to all white South Africans. I don't think it's fair to give to anybody. Why do I have to pay for you coming here? That's not fair to me. What are you wearing in the video? Which video? Showed a bunch of them there. Okay, I'm catching up here. There's a lot to fix here. You'll never sleep in peace if your neighbor's hungry. Yep. The G-Man, this is the truth. The South African government does not care and does not develop these people's infrastructure. Oh, yeah, no, that's fantastic. You're right about that. And I need to put that together and make a video. In fact, instead of making a new video, maybe that's what I'll do tonight is make that video of that. Because now we have a larger audience and maybe people actually watch that content. That would be nice. So, Stefan Fari, welcome to you. How embarrassing indeed. Yeah, no, that is embarrassing. Yep. It is heartbreaking, Seb. And that's why I went there. And so I get attacked all the time by these leftists who none of them ever go to these places. I was attacked by that clown. I was, why don't you go to this black township in Durban? Dude, I went to Chatsworth because an Indian fellow knows Chatsworth, grew up there, and took me around. Did you offer to take me to that township that's majority black there? No, you didn't. So don't criticize me. I don't show up in places where I'm not known just to show up. That's just stupid. I mean, that's how Amy Beale was bludgeoned to death. Remember that? Yeah, it's just stupid. You don't know the dangers. You don't know dangerous neighborhoods. You don't go places. So just stupid people say stupid things and do stupid things. Anyway, but yeah, no, got attacked, nonsense. But nobody acknowledges the fact that I went to Khayelitsha to 5 polling stations during the election on May 29th. No one. Want to hear any about that? Oh, just hear these liars go on their little other channels and, oh, he's a white supremacist and all this stuff. And he hates South Africa. What a crock of horse shit. What a crock of horse shit. The problem is nobody watched my content because YouTube shadow banned it. And they're too lazy to look at it. It's like, Rebecca Davies at Daily Maverick, a right-wing podcaster. No, dingbat doorknob. I'm not a right-wing podcaster. I'm a university professor. I'm an accomplished intelligence officer. I'm a very successful person in life in everything I've ever done. Yes. So, dairy farmer, intelligence analyst, consultant, university professor, published author, radio host. Foot sack with your nonsense. Lazy people with their op-eds. Okay, dingbat doorknob. Yep. Made it to office. Traffic is brutal with all the road closures for budget speech. Oh, yeah, I'll bet that sucks. 2 cruise ships in Cape Town. Okay. She brushed over farmers like they weren't. Said, yeah, well, that also came later in the conversation and said EWC isn't happening yet. Even though, well, look, okay, Solomon. So, all right, let me ask you this question. What exactly did you expect the answer was going to be? All right. I can't push back on everything. You have to have a conversation. It's not I'm here to get you. Well, you said it was 36 and the answer is 42. Come on, man. It's a conversation. We all know the situation. I've covered this. So what's the value added in doing that? She did brush over farm murders. And she also brushed over Solidarity and Afri-Forum going and saying, why are they? Because she is trapped in a liberal mindset that Afri-Forum and Solidarity are illegitimate because they've been told that because they have the audacity to raise the issue about white South Africans, Afrikaners in particular, because that's whataboutism. But I mean, there's no value in arguing with her about that. She offered some very valuable insights and a very, very interesting conversation. This is whataboutism. It's the same thing that black supremacists do. White liberals do the same thing. Well, everybody's dying in South Africa. That's true. That's true. But that wasn't the subject at hand. So, I mean, anyway. EWC isn't happening. She didn't say that. She said that the government hasn't confiscated land yet, which is true. They haven't. But expropriation has happened. But that's a whole other conversation. I mean, dude, what do you want, Solomon? Do you want me to just confrontation people, yelling at them? Hey, answer this. Do you think people will come on the program when you behave that way? Look, it was an interesting conversation, was exchanged back and forth. And my audience, the comments were very disrespectful in so many respects. People making personal comments about the lady. That was unnecessary. That's probably why the young Breibrotkies girl won't come on, because the behavior of people in the comments. That's not very helpful. If I have to have an audience of 30 so that people are respectful, and have an audience of 30. But I mean, Solomon, I appreciate your comments, but I mean, it's my position to push for it, I'm going to have Bantu Holomisa on Thursday. Now, do you think I'm going to confront Bantu Holomisa in just full disclosure? I consider him a friend. Do you think I'm going to confront him and say, hey, why didn't you join the Government of National Unity? Why didn't you push hard to be a minister instead of deputy minister? Those are fair questions. I'll ask it, but come on, man. Your point's valid, but there was no value in that. And it was already a long answer, and I had to get to a bigger point. So there were bigger fish to fry, and I covered the bigger fish. So I'm sorry that what did you expect her to say? That's maybe the next question. Solomon, had I asked the questions you wanted me to ask, what did you expect her answer was going to be? She wouldn't answer it satisfactorily. So, and she's not going to answer to your satisfaction. Hey, Marcel Cook, how's it going? Obviously, you don't like Emma Powell, Solomon. I got it, man. A lot of white people in squatter camps here. Colette, do you think you're telling me something I don't know? Do you think you're telling me something I don't know? Someone want to take me to a white squatter camp? All right. The Forum for Democrats, a party that I helped get their seat because they were cheated at it by the Independent Electoral Commission. Oh, these people attack me. Oh, it's a supremacist, a right-winger. They don't bother to cover the fact that the Forum for Democrats got their seat that was stolen from them by the IEC, who ignored them and reported false election results for Zeerust. And I got people involved, including lawyers and civil rights groups in South Africa, and we got that corrected. And the Forum for Democrats wound up on municipal council, which is where they've sat since 2022. Had to wait 6 months to get their seat, but they got it. And that party, grateful, every time I go to Zeerust, I meet with them. We discuss what's going on. We try to help them figure out some things to do. And they took me out to that village to report on what's going on with these people. So if you have an inn at a poor white squatter camp and you want me to cover it, I will go there. If you have an inn at a black township and it's safe to take me there, I will go there. I'm not going to Shoshinguvwe. I'm never going there again. I've risked my life more than once going to Shoshinguvwe during broad daylight. Not going back there. Sorry. That's one place I'm not going back to. Yeah, I watched part of him taking answers, so. Yeah, no, but Ireland is screwed. The end is nigh. Ireland went from bad to worse. TVN, Rob Herschel's been on the program twice. Rob Herschel contacted me out of the blue before the channel blew up and said, hey, he got my contact from someone else and said, hey, Chris, we already had my contact, so I don't know why. I guess he forgot he had his phone. He reached out to me and said, hey, I want to come on your program. And he contacted me like 35 minutes before I went live. So I rescheduled everything, and we did Rob Herschel. It was the first time. Then he came on again. Yeah, I allowed her to talk. Some people, right? And some people would say that I allowed my guests to paint themselves into a corner. I'm not saying Emma did that, but sometimes you allow your guests to do that. Shoshinguvwe is one of the decent ones. No, that's where the rugby coach from Pretoria was murdered. Yeah, it's dangerous. Yeah, Shoshinguvwe is very rough area. I've been there a few times, says Blade Wolf. Yep, same here. Used to do work in Shoshinguvwe, never had any trouble. No, it's last time I was there, it wasn't too bad. Deep salute. Yeah, no, well, I don't like to go to streets blown up by natural gas explosions in Arctic. There you go. There you go. Right, Arctic? All right, so Solomon, look at Arctic's comment right there. And there you go. No chance of getting here. The pastor once, never again. Yeah. The DA lives in a different world with government salaries, medical aid, and they forget the rest of the people. Public square is a place where we all feel comfortable to speak regardless if we like their words. Open conversation. Yep, JP. Did you watch CRT? Okay, what else? I get diplomacy, but you could have asked her to get her thoughts on what has happened in East London, for example. Okay, well, that's a fair point, Solomon. That's a fair point, East London. I did comment on it. I mentioned I mentioned Sishejo and East London. I did, and she chose not to answer that. Hey, Marcel. Okay. Yeah, people are used to the cock propaganda reporters in ANC and prepaid media interviews. Right, I don't do that. It's why it's called the Indaba conversation with Chris. It's like David Frost back in the 1980s. He'll ask a question to someone, and they sit across each other from a chair, and they have a conversation. Johan van Wyk said, I felt it was a very professional interview. I think DA is a very difficult position. Well, I agree. Thank you, Johan. But look, you're never going to please everybody. It doesn't matter. People are going to be upset. But look, I did take personal offense at the gratuitous attacks on her. And I had a conversation with her. I told her, I said, I've admonished my audience for people putting things up there, personal attacks. They're unnecessary. They're not helpful. And I told them, I said, I might have to make the chat private. And she said to me, she wrote to me and she said, no, I don't want, look, this is not a confidence. I'll share it with you because it's a good thing. So hang on a second. Let me see if I can find what she said to me. Okay, so she said, no, leave the comments on. I absolutely believe that people must be free to express themselves. Yep. She said, I'm happy to take the beating. Thank you for your professionalism. Yep, there you go. So, yeah, I was never going to take the comments down. I am taking down things that not on that stream, but other ones, people commenting in my videos, they're clearly racist. I don't tolerate racism if I can get rid of it. So, but I don't see all the comments, especially now with a much larger audience. We can't see everything, and my moderators miss some of them too. But yeah, no, that was the whole point. And kudos to her. She doesn't do these interviews, folks. I mean, that was very awesome that she came on here. So, good morning, Jane. How's it going? You're welcome, Etienne. Many of the people crying that you didn't fight Emma are the same ones that criticize ENCA for lowballing and fighting Corny Mulder. Yeah. Egg prices coming down. Just listen. Egg prices are coming down. I don't really care about egg prices. I care about petrol prices. That I care about. I care about plane prices. Flights. Oh, my goodness. Checking prices of flights to South Africa. It is outrageous, folks. Oh, man. That's expensive. Social Gouet is basically little Maputo, and Somalia even had black Safas. Won't go there. Yep. Went weekly to fetch or hijack trucks and drivers. Yeah, at the police station. There you go, Alfonso. People are angry because they're literally just seat fillers to the ANC dancing for the masses to get votes. Well, Charmaine, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Morning, how's it, Chris? How's the wife? How's the girlfriend? Well, the problem, Sir Raven, is that with all of y'all clogging up my WhatsApp, I can't keep up with my 16 wives. Or 13 wives. I keep forgetting it's 13 wives in 16 countries. No, it's 16 wives in 13 countries. That's it. Yeah, I can't keep up with them. It's just, there's so many messages from everybody else. I'm getting complaints. I mean, I already heard from Stell in Zambia. She hasn't heard from me in a week. She's upset that I haven't gotten in touch with her. And the little ones need some medication. So, I mean, look, if I come back to South Africa, I got to be careful because I could have more kids after, 9 months later. You never know. Yeah. Well, to be ANC, you had to be in jail. Very good morning, guys. Everyone has their own view and opinions about it. I appreciate that you separate the bullshit and facts. That's what's refreshing. Thank you for that. Yep. No, and everyone here is welcome to express their opinion. Look, was it H.M. Fanas has a different opinion. We disagree on Russia and what's going on there. So that's Fanas's opinion, and welcome to have it. Well, a lot of people trade in their 50-year-old wives for 25-year ones. That doesn't go over so well. You need to be understood everyone's perspective to come to an informed conclusion. Yep. Yaku, how's it going? No more birthright citizenship USA. See, you're safe. Jade says it's going great. Okay. It's 100, Chris. I'm number 100. 100 what? Wife? There's a difference in giving an opinion, just plain talking cock. Yeah, it's fine as long as people aren't disrespectful and they aren't being racist or they aren't intentionally trolling. How much Lobola have you paid over the years? Oh, Nick, that's why I have no money, man. I want that Tesla, but I can't afford that. All that Ebola's broken me, man. What's wrong with a 50-year-old woman? Nobody said anything that was wrong with a 50-year-old woman, Marissa. Somebody said you trade one in for two 25-year-olds. But that comes with 25-year-old problems, so you got to remember that. 25-year-old women aren't mature yet, so don't invite her to my wedding again. Probably Neanderthal says, I just told my wife I won't invite her to my wedding again. That's rich. That's funny, guys. Okay. So, oh my goodness. So, are you guys, oh yeah, let me show you this. So, this is in PE. This is what happens in PE when, this is why the country's so broken. So, this is the light pole that the PE put up, and it was intentionally broken by the gangsters so that they could get the tender to buy new ones or to put new ones in. These cost like 24,000 Rand per pole. So once this was knocked over, they did a whole bunch of these that were newly installed. They knocked it over intentionally like this, so they had to be replaced. The city had to pay to get new ones down on the beach. This is right outside of Ronaldo Cho's old municipal office where he worked at. And then after this thing was knocked over, then the cable thieves come in and steal the cable. So this is PE. Look at that. Unbelievable. They just, perfectly good lights, they break them down so they get the tender to replace them. It's so corrupt. And these are the abolition units. Look what they've done to that. They've ripped the fittings out. Kings Beach Park in Durban. Kings Beach Park. They ripped out all the pipes. So this is where people are supposed to rinse off when they come out of the water. And look, it hasn't been maintained. All the grass is overgrown. You can't have anything nice. It just goes to crap under ANC governance. Yep, that's PE. So, you know, that's, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just horrible. The whole thing is a scam. It's all such a big scam. I dread Father's Day. Kids phoning me from all over the globe wanting to talk to their pappy. Tennis, but so on March 20th of March is Black Monday protest against farmers will be coming. The problem with 28 March is I will be consulting again. It's on a Friday, so we'll have to see. It might be difficult. Depends on the hour. Home affairs for husband and mom, says Louise. Okay, good luck with that. Okay. Artie says, clearly you haven't spent more than 15 minutes with two 25-year-olds. Ears are still ringing. She's laughing. Look, you know, those curves and that sexy bod may look great, but that sexy bod and those curves come with headaches too. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. It's not as simple as you think it is. Not as simple as you think it is, folks. All right, so this is in Uitenhage. There you go. Uitenhage in the Eastern Cape. It's a DA march. That's Ronaldo in the back of the pickup truck. Bucky. Ronaldo. I love the little kids on the drums, man. I'm so confused. I was told the DA's a white party. Where are the white people? This is Women's Day. Where are the white people, man? I don't see the white. Oh, there's Retief. Now there's Andrew Whitfield. He's white. And Retief Odendahl. Looks like a lot of color, folks. But the DA is just white people. It's all white people, man. I've been told that they're all white people, that they're racist. Racist. Yes, I know the beat is off. Relax, Arctic. It's a 7-year-old beating a drum, man. Anyway. Yeah. But I heard the DA was just all white people, man. I'm confused. What are all those other people doing there? Whoops, that's the wrong one. We want this one up here turned off. There we go. In Limpopo, deal with insurance claims from homeowners who have their properties damaged, marching us into EWC. I'm a racist. What's this? What lunatic uses a 7-year-old drum? Well, they got to learn. Rather put up with a chatty 25 than a grumpy old woman, says Stephen. Okay. Anyway. Goodness, that's going to be one for the archives. Well captured. Yeah, definitely got that one. My old town, Utenhage, it's gone to the dogs now. You know, the whole main road is a big pot. It's a mess, yeah. Marissa says, real women have curves. They don't look like ironing boards. I think you get some arguments on that one from men and women, both ways. Micey, not in California, might have some trans bi-gay to look at in a free state. Dan says, greetings from Alabama. Can you sing The Gambler? I'm not singing The Gambler. Anyway, so that was, the DA. Here we go. Now there's some singing going on here. Let's see if there's any better. Arctic, you're welcome to go hang out with the trans dudes in California, man. 2025 Camry. No, I don't like the Camry. It used to be a better vehicle. It's not so attractive now. Now that I have your attention, did you watch CR Tell President? Trump did a Go Benefits USA more. No, I didn't. He said that? I didn't see that. Where was that? Somebody give me a timestamp in the video. I will use that. What a crock. We get nothing from a Go. Absolutely nothing. If I find that, I will rubbish that in a heartbeat. Please tell me about that, man. Wow. Janisa Lawrence. Wow. Super chat came. I forgot all about those. Yeah. Please tell me about. Oh, Patrick's still in Australia. Trigger finger gets itchy when I hear that. Okay. Good morning, Mickey. Sounds better than hip hop skin pop. You guys hate Kurt Darren. Calfoot Soaky, man. We're gonna do some Calfoot Soaky here. Oh my goodness, you're killing me there. You guys are just too much. Charmaine says, black folks can sing. Indeed. So.
Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris, live in Utenhage in the Eastern Cape with Andrew Whitfield, Shadow Minister of, now I always get these things wrong, it's Security and Police, or how's that work?
Shadow Minister of Police.
Shadow Minister of Police. So, the guy that's not Beckett Sealing.
The opposite.
There you go. 180 degrees the other direction. So, you're...
Yeah, I only had the one microphone for this. Something was wrong with the other one, so it didn't work out so well. You guys saw beneficial ownership race, ask for a race declaration now for companies. What? How big are coupons and groceries? Oh, it's big, Heidi. A lot of it's done. Thank you, Chubby, for subscribing. A lot of it's done digitally now, but the coupons are still big. Forgot you have met so many people. Yeah, Debbie, I've met so many people. That's why it's so comical to see people say the crap they say about me. Okay. They just don't know what they're talking about. And see people like Rebecca Davis try to disrespect me by calling me a right-wing podcaster trying to insult me. Hey folks, Chris Wyatt here, commander of VFW Post 6771, the South Mountain Post in Dil. Yeah, that was my VFW post. You guys didn't see that. That was only for the VFW folks back in the States. So hang on a second here. Forgot that that's what that was. Hey folks, this is Chris Wyatt, commander of South Mountain Post 6771 in Dil. There you go. That's another one. I guess those were all for the VFW. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is definitely not for that. Greetings from Port Elizabeth, folks. This is Chris in the Eastern Cape. This video is in response to the bile that's been spewed about across social media and in the captured media. And I make an appeal to South Africans, black, white, brown, Zulu, Xhosa, Afrikaner, Portuguese, German, English, Tswana, Basotho, all South Africans, Khoisan, all of you. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. There are evil forces at work here. Yes, that's right, evil people whose intention is to bifurcate this society and divide it on race. There are people seeking to stoke racial hatred on a daily basis, whether it's singing songs that aren't liberation songs, and even if it was a liberation song, the liberation struggle ended over 30 years ago. It's unreasonable to continue that bile and garbage today, singing songs about hatred and hating people and murdering people. Why would anybody in the right mind do that? These very same people, the ones running around tearing down statues, complaining about the historic past and how that was bigoted and racist. But they don't see the hypocrisy of singing a song that today they sing to call for the murder. Statues don't call for the murder, they simply mark history. Don't fall for it, folks. Don't fall for it. It's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And it's on all... Yeah. So anyway, so that was in PE. Impossible to create a business in South Africa, says Ravani. Yeah, Arctic is right. So a lot of people in America, they're huge into couponing. And people go, I don't know if it's the case post-COVID, but before COVID for years, I mean, it's been a big deal. People would go with coupons and actually leave grocery stores with money because a lot of these products would have rebates and you get a rebate back. And then the grocery stores often had double and triple coupons to draw business in. And if you were clever, I mean, it was a full-time gig, but a lot of people, especially women, would do couponing, but not just women. My Uncle Stan was a huge couponer. He had a house full of groceries. He didn't pay anything for it. It was all legitimate. You just know what you're doing there. Yep. And used coupons when I lived in Miami. Yeah. Couponing is great. Being called a right wing is bad in South Africa, just like being called right wing by Kamala. Did I feel like a plastic bag? Yeah, well, that wind is definitely rough out there. So then I interviewed Retief Odendaal. Then you can't come up with a plan because before you can begin to implement it or fund it, you're gone.
At the same time, since 2009, over the same period, there was also 11 mayors. And that equally becomes problematic. So at the end of the day, I think that during the Trollop era, we were determined to make sure that we hold officials to account, reintroducing monitoring and evaluation process.
So that was Retief Odendaal. That was a fantastic conversation. I was a bit late to get to him. I felt bad about that, but he was very patient. 1% VAT increase, wealth tax increase, and grants to government employees already got increases. I'm saying 0.75% VAT increase, then a wealth tax, and then the black tax will be formalized, the 3% of corporations. That's where they're going to get it from. Yep. That's what I'm predicting. So, yeah, you guys are asking about that. So, then, which one is this? The violent Cape Town taxi strike has finally ended. Ended late in the evening on the 10th of August 2023. Western Cape Premier Alan Windy announcing that on a Twitter feed. And apparently Santaco, the taxi association, jumped the gun and announced it prior to that. So what came of this? Well, in the end, nothing. The city's proposed terms, apparently, according to Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis, the Democratic Alliance, are exactly the same they were 8 days prior before a British tourist, 40-year-old doctor, murdered, shot to death in Nyanga. A employee at the airport working with Mug and Bean, murdered, shot for taking people back to and from work. Tourists harassed, terrorism action, stoned vehicles. Netball World Cup ongoing as teams try to leave the country and this garbage was going on. Who won? Not the taxi industry. Did the city win? From a standpoint that they stood down the taxi industry, one could argue they did win. But the city's law enforcement's of abysmal... Yep, anyway, so that's that. That was going on. Colonel Douglas McGregor, Border Patrol and Texas Guard, confirmed 100 yards on the side. In Mexico, you'll see they're lined up. Same missile system went to Ukraine. Are you saying that we're in Mexico? Sad to see people living like this makes you so grateful, have blessings. You must be behind us, Nicolette, and seeing the video from earlier. I was there in Gordons Bay during the taxi violence. Uber drivers were hiding. Yeah, I was in Mitchell's Plains while they were attacking the Coca-Cola truck 700, 800 meters from where I was at. Yeah, driving through Mitchell's Plains by a high school when that happened. Yep. Calm down, Dragalord. What's this? Who's Dragalord? Land reforms a go. What headline is that, Christo? Is that your prediction? Justice depreciated by another 25%. Yeah. By the way, people are asking why the rand isn't collapsing against the dollar. It's because of the tariffs in the U.S., the uncertainty. That's what's going on. That's why it's happening, folks, in case you're curious. All right, let me see if I can find another video here that might be of interest for you guys. Oh, this is down on the beach. Oh, here you go. Those of you who've been to Hawick will appreciate this. So, well, that was my stomach making a noise there. So that's in Hawick. That's the falls there. Pretty cool. Yeah, looking here, it's pretty cool, Shawnee. I feel more and more like the politics I was overjudging by people's lack of enthusiasm for politicians, parties, and ability to deliver. Yeah, Ernst does have a point, J.P. Dreckmeyer. Where's the headline at, though? Just tell me where it's at, Christo. What publication? I haven't seen that. Anywhere. All this clamoring around the budget might be due to the cutting of PEPFAR and AID. Free money has dried up. Now they have to fund their lifestyles with extra tax. Well, there was enough money even without PEPFAR. I don't think they're even going to address the PEPFAR shortfall. That's not what this is about. This is a budget that was crafted before before that ever came about. So I doubt that they've even dealt with that even remotely. So the South Africans in a lot of trouble here. Two brothers won the lottery in Pennsylvania. 25,000 for life. Oh, that's cool. Orby Gorge. No, I haven't been there. I don't know it. So my Trump video is not doing well. It's languishing. 9,000 now. It's starting to take off a little bit, but still, it's not doing great. Shame. Okay. Copy. Let me go to YouTube and find that. That's not what I want. I want YouTube. Okay. Boy, guys, I got my second wind here now. Second wind. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll use that to find the stream because I'll know where it's at. Otherwise, I got to go through 4 hours of video. I don't have 4 hours to spend. Doug McGregor, Mexican cartels advanced weaponry, and that's why they're bigger than a threat. Oh, okay. The Mexican cartels have that. Oh, it was unclear what you said. Okay, thank you. Unclear what you said. Land reforms a go. Well, it's not land reform, it's land theft. So let's be clear about that. It's not reform, it's theft. Theft, pure and simple. Theft. Big difference there. Okay, here we go. What's this one? Hang on. All right, reporting once more from the mother city of Cape Town in South Africa, where the ongoing transit strike, the taxi industry strike, is paralyzing many parts of the city and the suburbs. It's had a very devastating impact on workers who work in retail shops, restaurants, petrol station, gas station attendants. The people who are doing the work, keeping the city and keeping this part of the country running, are impacted heavily by this because they have no transport home. These, of course, are the working poor or those who don't make a lot of money who rely on this system. 30, 40 years ago, there was a reliable public transport system with buses and trains and streetcars that were effective here in South Africa, but that has been undermined by neglect and malfeasance over the past 30 years. As a consequence, people throughout the country have to rely on these minibuses, or combis as many people call them, in order to get from place to place, from work, get back home. But the problem is that they're refusing to drive for the better part of a week. Not only are they refusing to drive, but they're actually, some of their number are attacking motorists throwing rocks just a couple nights ago. I was unable to travel down the road. Thankfully, private security doing the job that law enforcement was failing to do, blocking the road, warning. So that was really loud. I had to scream because of the wind. So let me put that back up there. All right, so that was in Cape Town before I went out and did all that other stuff. There's another one. This is Century City. This is Chris Wyatt reporting from Cape Town, the mother city in South Africa, where in the last 24 hours, the government of South Africa issued a report which, for the longest time, they said was classified. It's state secrets. What am I talking about? Well, the incident occurred from the 6th to the 8th of December, 2022 at the Simonstown Naval Base located about 40 kilometers south of here, when the Russian-sanctioned freighter, the Lady R, appeared at Simonstown Naval Base after turning off its automated information system, which is the way that ships identify themselves, large cargo ships at sea. Turned it off before entering the port, entered the port, and then unloaded cargo in the dark of night when the entire Simonstown community. I was there at a very substantive time historically. You can put this in YouTube channel. We'll take you to the clip. South Africa president says land reforms is a go regardless of races. If he said that, he's in trouble. Yep, he's in trouble. If he said that, he's in some deep trouble there. And here was my Kapstadt Brauhaus Blaubergstrand, my raspberry Weizen. This is good stuff, man. Love that. Thank you, Taramea, for subscribing. Look at that. Can't wait to try that again. Someone asked me when I'm coming back to South Africa. I don't know. Am I coming back to South Africa? We'll have to look and see. At least my age, I have zero intention of making you more unplanned babies. You telling that to him. Okay. Telling it to Stefan. Okay. Big banks and Reserve Bank controlling the rand. Okay. Yeah, 2 people won the lottery. Good for them. 25,000. That's great, but it's not a lot of money. It's definitely nice to get, though. Free money is always good. Yeah. Okay. What do we got here? Let me see. That one's, come on. 4 minutes. Hello, folks. This is Chris Wyatt reporting from Stellenbosch in the Western Cape of South Africa, where many big developments are underway. Recent events include a conference on Friday, the 4th of August, 2023, in the Western Cape about the idea, the concept that small parties who don't achieve a minimum number of votes at the general election would not receive a seat in Parliament. The existing situation is you get a proportional seat if you didn't win an outright seat. Now, this, of course, can lead to fractious governments. We've seen this in Italy. And in fact, the Germans set a threshold of 5% in the general election in order to have themselves seats in the parliament. Yes, I've been to Betty's Bay, Miranda. My last time was it Miranda? Who wrote that? Yes, Strauss asset. I was in Betty's Bay on my last trip. In fact, I went to Betty's Bay on the last trip. Yep. So this isn't from the last trip. This is from a previous trip. What's going on here? Oh, this was pretty cool. Let me see this. Yeah. So let's go here. Let's head towards Stellenbosch. Look at this person here. Turn already, man. You're welcome, Triggered Tomato. By the way, I'm going the speed limit. Look how I'm catching up to people. They drive so slow. Yes, I am driving on the wrong side of the road, but unfortunately it's because I don't want to hit the traffic on the other side. So I am driving on the wrong side of the road. You are correct. That was definitely the wrong side of the road. One had a crippled leg. Poor thing. What Zelensky's threat was a legitimate concern. I don't like Stellenbosch. If you leave and take the wrong turn, you're up in Beaufort West, not Somerset West. That's okay, Reg. That was funny. Wobbly ox, yeah. Happy feet. All right. This has turned into something. Well, this is the lighthearted program. It's not the heavy news program. So. They're so fast in the water, man. Look at them going out there. They're zipping around. Tough on land, but they do great in the water. Did he really say that? Well, if he said that, then he's going to find himself in some deep kimchi. I got to find that. That's incredible if he actually said that. That's going to keep me up. I won't go to bed now because I got to solve that. Okay. This one's pretty cool. Hang on a second. This was from my room in Simonstown. Black and white living in harmony of the penguins. Look at that. Simonstown. Hey, Gabriel Swakamoon. Enjoyed your stream with Emma. Thank you for that, Gabriel. Gabriel from Switzerland, Gabriel? There's the naval base where the Lady R docked. Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool. Yep. That's False Bay I'm looking out over there. Yep. Okay, Gabriel, cool. Look at that moon. It was pretty cool. Yeah, that was in Simonstown. What's this one here? Oh, here it is in the daytime. It looks a little different in the daytime here, folks. German-built ships there, 2 of them. The other one's in Durban. So that was in Simonstown. Yep. Folks, this is Chris Wyatt reporting from South Africa in the Western Cape, where a recent event has led to somewhat of an international controversy. I'm speaking, of course, of the 10th anniversary celebration of a minor opposition party known as the Economic Freedom Fighters, led by a malcontent former African National Congress Youth League leader, Julius Malema. At his recent 10th anniversary gala, he sang a song, a hateful song, which translates to kill the Boer. Boer, of course, being Afrikaans word of Dutch origin, meaning farmer. It's a song used during the liberation struggle to exhort folks to commit violence against minority white South Africans. It's a song that most people's estimation is a very dangerous way to engage with others, yet the South African... So that's at some Zorgfleet. Kevin Nair just subscribed. Thank you for that. That was from Zorgfleet when I was there. I love going to Zorgfleet. Ruvani, Trump... The Zondo Commission, we have it. It's a matter of public record. I wouldn't be surprised if they have the classified version of it. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't confirm or deny that. Yep. But don't need it to use it. It's just there. So, speech today says Virtual Western Cape. We are privy to watch military intelligence hunt down a phrase in speech. Let me get my stopwatch. Huh? On a more negative note, who will use that excuse to burn tomorrow after budget speech? What speech, and can I get you the transcript for it? Holden Caulfield, it's not the transcript, I want the video of it. Apparently, in his question and answer session today, Ramaphosa apparently called America racist. So I'm going to have to check into that. Can't believe the level of stupidity on Dassey. Yep, never underestimate the stupidity of an ANC leader. He's been called a Tootsie? Hey, Ananda, how's it going? No, I didn't see that. Was that in the budget? Was that in the question and answer session? It's 4 hours, guys. I mean, it isn't really 4 hours long. It took them forever to get started, but the stream was 4 hours. So, yeah. Anyway, yep. I am Neo. I did a video on you, Chris. He gave Ronaldo a hard time to Colonel Wyatt responded to my video ago. Yeah, no, oh my God, I'm aware of that. Just the guy's stealing content. He doesn't have a life. Okay. Good morning, Vin Pump. How's it going? Okay. This is Zorg Fleet. I love Zorg Fleet. It's beautiful. But here you go. South Africa's wasted on the ANC. They were destroying such a wonderful country. So many wonderful people from all races. Oh, this was my Starbucks from Franschhoek. Somebody was saying I went to Franschhoek earlier. Yes, I did. I've gone there almost every trip. Thank you, Christo, for your membership. So here's, this is my Starbucks Frappuccino that I picked up in Franschhoek. They asked for your name. I said my name was Sheppo. Yeah. Oh, God bless it. Right. Okay. Okay. Franschhoek. Did I do any videos here? Let me see. Thought I did a video in Franschhoek. Maybe I did on this trip. Let's see one. Nope. Nope. Maybe before I went inside. Museum. Nope, not seeing one. I'll be darned. A little bit windy there. Anyway. Even Pump, glad you're doing well. Saskia Guy, welcome. Lou Rocker Bait, good morning from Kometki. Okay. X was down and had problems for 2 days, according to Grok. It's not server maintenance. It was under a denial of service attack, apparently from Ukraine. My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother walked barefoot over those mountains. Oof. Yeah, I name my tours usually. They always name. So I had I'm not a Garden Boy tour. I've had names for all of them. So here we go. Let's see. That's Sarah's. DJ, if your essay needs to be divided into smaller regions, Cape Success is definitely the best short-term route. Okay. You see more South than most. Oh, I've seen more than almost every South African. Okay. I don't know they use Starlink. That's news to me. It was fun. It was fun. Unfortunately, I was alone. It'd be great if some of you guys were there. It'd be a lot of fun. But I was alone, so... Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm not finding what I was looking for earlier, so that we're trying to look for something. So how are we doing here? 293, 438 likes. That's it. 3,000 views. Okay. Copy's back. This is a long shot. Do you know anyone driving up from Cape Town to George on March 18th? Elderly lady from my church looking for a lift. I do not, but maybe somebody here does. Cape Town to George. That's interesting. On 18th of March. Yeah, now I have to watch what he said. So I'm glad that was sent to me. Thank you for sending me that. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, not very smart. I didn't realize he said that. I started watching. It was 4 hours. I'm like, oh, I haven't got time for this. Gordon from Edinburgh, good morning to you. Yep. So that was that. Let me see. That's August. Let me go to July 2023. Maybe what I'm looking for was there. Okay. What's this? Trying to find something here. It's not quite looking the way I want it to. So this is the state fair here in Pennsylvania. How far south have I gone? I've gone to the southern tip of Africa. Not to the very point, but to the road that drives around the southern tip. Yep. I've been there as well. So, okay, this is Cape Town because that's, yep, okay, now I'm in Cape Town. What was going on here? Was this me in a tiny spot there? Oh, yeah, check this out. So this is me on the flight. This is when I flew over to South Africa on the trip. This is how little room. I couldn't even lift my drink up because the asshole in front of me lowered a seat in front of me. Look, I'm not embellishing. Oh, thank you for becoming a member there, Ethan Axel Fundamech. Thank you for becoming a member. So check this out. This is insane. People are so freaking rude. Unbelievable. This asshole just dropped his seat right back, smashed my knee, hurt my knee. I couldn't walk for a couple hours because my knee got smashed. And the flight attendants don't do anything. They don't do anything. They don't care. They don't give a flip. Yeah, well, people on planes are douchebags. They really are. So many douchebags on the planes. And it's usually the short people that aren't even that tall, and they stretch out like they're on lounge chairs. Signal Hill.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Paulie and I went up there. Yeah, well, Flagstaff Air doesn't fly between Atlanta and D.C. and Cape Town, so I'm kind of stuck for that. What the hell is going on here? Sinking down. Been sitting there too long and move my chair a little bit there. No, I wouldn't count on much on this from the government. Wouldn't count much. Actually, never thought of that. What's this? What did Yaku say? Oh, yeah. What Elon said to South Africa, I'm not black enough to invest in the country. That's true. That's what he said. That is what he said. That's true. 316 people currently here. Some people coming in a little bit later. Thanks for joining us, folks. Okay. I was at the netball. That was pretty cool. This is Netball World Cup. Ooh, that's ugly. I didn't realize it was that foggy there.
3 shot. Yeah. Defend. Oh, second.
That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, Sia Khaleesi came after I was there. Ingrid's loving this tour. Okay. Long flight back to Thailand. So, yeah. Chris, you see it's possible to walk from the U.S. to South Africa? Good luck with that. Have you been to a place in Colorado? Yes, JJ Pretorius, and I've done videos on it. It's on the channel. Well, there's just too many people east of the mountains, but up in the mountains is beautiful. So Colorado's a lovely state, but it's run by leftists now, so it's lost a lot of its appeal to me. It's also become a weed-hungry state. People just all in the pot, and they've ruined it for me. So here's some nice family I met at the, they were sitting next to me at one of the games. Lovely people. So this was at the Netball World Cup. Daughter was a huge netball fan. So there's the father and mother, and there's their daughter. Boy, she looks just like her mom, doesn't she? Yeah. Wait a second. How can I met these people? I mean, I'm just a right-winger. Why would I meet Indians? That just sounds crazy. Cray-cray, huh? Why would I do that? All right, here we go. This is a meet and greet. This one is in Somerset West. There's our meet and greet there. Okay, what else we got there? More netball stuff. So, if you're wondering why some people like netball, no, that's not going to help. That's not the one we're looking for. Okay. And then, this is, am I at Iserfontein? Yeah, I think I'm at Iserfontein here. Yeah, this is Iserfontein. Hey folks, this is Chris in Iserfontein in the Western Cape. News breaking over the last couple days once again after Julius Malema's 10th anniversary dinner, his big gala at FMB Stadium, where one of his supporters dancing fell to his death. EFF says they're going to pay for that funeral for that supporter. But who's going to pay for the funeral of Theo Becker, a South African farmer in his 70s, brutally tortured, butchered, and murdered by domestic terrorist thugs in one of the latest farm attacks here in South Africa? It's horrific. Now, Malema sang the song Kill the Boer at that rally, which the South African Inequality Court has considered to be free speech. Well, perhaps you can consider that to be free speech, but you certainly cannot consider the conduct of a member of parliament singing a song that calls for bloodshed to be representative of what a member should be. It violates all the canons and norms of the South Africa's parliament. Should have been suspended and kicked out of parliament. Yeah, but they will never kick him out. He's a convenient idiot for the ANC. So that was Iserfontein. Went there on Ronaldo's recommendation. Okay, so that's it for that. Okay. All right, enough of that. Okay, we're done with that for now. Cool. Hugo, how's it going, man? Let me just check from last year really quickly here. That one's kind of cool last year. So, been a big break since I've been back to South Africa. It's been at least a year since I've been there, almost a year. It was May of last year that I came, May and June. Yep. Here we go. So, June. We'll go with May because it was the end of May. Wow, that's not right. Oh, there we go. Okay, view extra large. Okay.
What we got? Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris live in South Africa. Cannot go. It's time. South Africa's election is today, and we're here in Somerset West with Angela Sobi. I got to be careful with surnames. Ma'am, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Dit gaan baie goed, dankie. En die Abhi Landinjan.
Excellent. So I'm doing well myself. So you are the premier candidate for
Action SA.
yeah for the Western Cape.
Correct.
So if things go well, you'll replace Alan Windy.
Indeed.
I assume that's the result you're hoping for.
Well, that's the result that we've been working towards, certainly, but it's all up to the voters right now to give us the mandate. But we're open to whatever outcome.
But you've already voted. You voted this station.
I've just voted, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
what was that like?
It was a bit weird voting for myself.
I know the feeling. I ran last month.
I've never had to do that before. Very, very strange experience. But
well, you've got one vote. You know that.
I know that I've at least got one vote. But it was a very interesting experience. We're here at Beaumont Primary School in Somerset West, which is where I registered to vote in the Western Cape. So we've come out here and I've cast my vote.
So Angela, you with Action SA, have you been involved in politics for a long time or previously before Action SA?
I've not been involved in politics prior to...
Yeah, so that was, yeah, she was lovely. And then that's how I got to Kailicha, because I went around with Action SA that day. They were fantastic. Marinda says, I am speaking lovely Afrikaans. You're just chatting me up, Marinda. I just want the U.S. to sanction cereal so they lose McDonald's franchise. Garrett van Jaarsveld says, good morning. Next time you're going to visit there, we'll definitely move fans in Somerset West. I'll be in Somerset West, no doubt about it. Christian Ludovicki says, for a moment, I thought you were here. No, I'm not there. I'm not there. So, let's see. So, let's see where else. So this was election day last year. So Kailicha. So that was in Kailicha last year on election day. I've not met Gayton McKenzie. Before he became big and famous with the PA, I requested an interview with him. I got nowhere. Albert Duplessis subscribed. Thank you for that. And then Rob Hersoff has come on the program. Rob promised to get me Gayton McKenzie as a guest, but Gayton's a pretty busy guy, and I haven't heard from him yet. So, yep. Just some of my research for everyone who takes that refugee program with kids. School holidays are vastly different. Oh, yeah, no, you're off pretty much from June until September. Kids are not in school June, July, and August. We get 3 months off because that was harvest season here in the Northern Hemisphere, and kids were labor on farms in the summertime. So our school system is set up, and still to this day, based on agricultural society. And it works for us, so it works really well. Lots of money to be made in the summertime. So, all right, that's that. Let me see if I can find another one here. And then this was in Sea Point.
Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports here on the Thought-provoking Africa channel. This is Chris in Cape Town at Sea Point with the gentleman who some of you know from the Cape Independence Advocacy Group and now with the Referendum Party, Mr. Phil Craig. Phil, you've been all over today in the Western Cape. How's it going?
Yeah, no, good. Yeah, thank you. It's we started off on the far side of the Western Cape in George, not quite the far side, but pretty close to it. And now we're coming across to Cape Town and working our way through Cape Town, and we're going to head back out into the winelands and end up there where I live. So I plan to finish in Paarl at 9 o'clock. An exciting day.
At the winelands, I was going to end my day, but I might have to change my plans. Yeah. So you started out there, you worked your way back this way. What's it been like? Has the turnout been impressive? Is it low, high? What do you think?
Yeah, so look, difficult for us to say as a new party. We're all election virgins, and I think one of the exciting thing about our party is it's a group of activists who are learning. But I would say, look, huge energy from our people on the ground, and that's been the really exciting thing. As you know, we're a young party, 7 months old, and
that was Phil Craig from the Cape Independence Advocacy Group and the Reform Party now. I see people are leaving again. What's going on with that? All right. I didn't do any videos at night. I should have done videos, and I took a few pictures, but yeah, wow. Well, this is beautiful. So someone asked me if I've been to Betty's Bay, and I said yes. That was last year on that trip. I'm trying to find where it was at. This is not it. No, this is back to Blaubergstrand. So this is after the election. Phil Craig grew up in England, that's correct, and he immigrated to South Africa. One of the most iconic skylines in the world. What does it say? Before the FGO program was mentioned by President Trump, Gate McKenzie would have got my vote for next politics. Now I'm not really following politics. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Cape is beautiful, but it's got lots of problems. So, what the hell does this say? No idea who that is. Well, I took a picture of that. So that's that. That's May. Let's go to June. I'm gonna find the Betty's Bay stuff. So this is at DHL Greenpoint Stadium. A fight broke out. I caught it after it was over. That was between the Lions and the Stormers. Okay, I'm looking to see. The Penguins. Stellenbosch. Trying to jump ahead here. Well, that's when I was in Betty's Bay. Okay. Hang on a second here. Is this the one? Let's see. Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris. I'm still in Betty's Bay, trying to get out of here and go check out the Penguins, but the machinations of South Africa's elections preventing me from hitting the road. So let me tell you the latest here. The story that broke last night on the Independent Line claims there's a secret deal between the Democratic Alliance and Cyril Ramaphosa to form an informal coalition. Notice that the title is between the DA and Ramaphosa, not between the DA and the ANC. Interesting. Now, at this hour, we know, of course, that political parties are working behind the scenes to secure some kind of agreement, formal or informal, to form a government. They have 14 days to do so. So naturally, this is going to happen. Between now and the formation of the next government, which may or may not last very long, we are likely to see lots of machinations, lots of intrigue, lots of subterfuge taking place. But this one here is kind of interesting. They're trying to imply that what's going on. So that's when I was in Betty's Bay. So I was asked if I had been to Betty's Bay. Yes, last year for the first time. I'd driven by it before, but I'd never been to it. So I overnighted there last year. Yep. Checked out the Penguins. Yep. And then came back. So let me see something here real quick. Oh, there's the. Oh my goodness. Who's this? Oh, okay. That's a friend of mine. Okay, cool beans. An Afri Forum. Here are the posters I started liberating. So people threatened me because I was picking up these posters. I'm like, they have to be removed within an amount of time, and I waited till after the election, so I didn't steal anything. This is rubbish, and I collected these posters among others. So those are in my collection, which I brought back in my suitcase. Yes, Neil DeBeer has cancer. He's had cancer for some time. He overcame it, and then it was in remission. Apparently, it's back now. So, yep. Okay, what else we got here? Thank you, Michelle, for subscribing. Here we go with the Algoa thing. It's Algoa. Xander, love Betty's Bay. My friends, I used to beach, braai, and drink. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. It was illegal? Okay. Been to Blauwilde, I don't know where that's at. Never heard of that. Lion supporter says Sims experience. You're back. Colonel, I agree. During interviews, there's no need to be respectful as to seek gotcha moments. Hearing their message is what we want. Yep, exactly. Yep, my job isn't to play gotcha. I mean, that's for the White House press room. You know, they can do that there. Some of them are still in the street polls. You don't like the photograph? Why don't you like the photograph? I think my photograph is very good. Steph Neumeier, how's it going there? What are you up to? Here's a meet and greet at Loftus. This was fun. One of the smaller ones we had, but this was before the game. There you go, Loftus. That's the Mexican restaurant. That was kind of cool. Notice I'm wearing short sleeves. The other people wearing puffer jackets. I'm wearing short sleeves. Other people wearing puffer jackets. That's funny. South Africa. What else we got here? Look and see if any video of the games. Here we go. So this is before the game, I think. No, it's during the game. Okay. What is this, Benetton? Quarterfinal?
Castle Lodge. Hey! He hit his beat. He got the lockdown.
Love that song. What song is that, guys? What's the name of that song? News and South this week. Cricket team was fined, disqualified, not enough quota. Yeah, Gavi Stoles, you got to watch my content, man. I covered that, man. If you're on YouTube, okay? I've covered that story. Yep. Okay, so I published this video yesterday, only 12,000 views, a bit disappointed in it. And because this video goes back to 2020, I brought back a oldie but a goodie. So check it out. Here it is. All right, ready for this? Hello, folks. Welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. The stupidity of systemic state-enforced racism in South Africa rears its ugly head once again as Cricket South Africa's racist rules undermine the integrity of the sport. For reflection, let's take a look at the United States. The National Football League is 65% black players. America is 11% black. The National Basketball Association is 78% black. America is 11% black. Should we introduce quotas to have an accurate representation of the population, given that 75% of America is white? Should 75% of the players in the NFL be white instead of just 30%? Should 75% of the players in the NBA be white instead of just 9%? Maybe 12% include foreigners. Should we introduce quotas? Well, of course not. People should play based on their talent, not based on their skin pigmentation. On Monday afternoon, Cricket South Africa confirmed that the Warriors lost their playoff spot after being docked match points due to a breach of the Cricket South Africa administrative conditions policies. According to the regulations, teams are mandated to have 6 players of color in their starting teams, 3 of whom must be black Africans. I guess the other people of color could be Indian or colored. Now, the Warriors only fielded 2 in their match against the Dolphins on the 16th of February. However, a CSA press release on Sunday initially confirmed the Warriors would take on the Titans in the qualifier for Wednesday's match to decide who would face Boland in Division I final this coming Sunday. After the latest developments, the Dolphins, who lost to the Warriors by 126 runs on the day in question, will now host the Titans at Kingsmead instead. This breach pertains specifically to Clause 3.2.2 of the CSA administrative conditions, which requires teams to field a minimum of 3 black African players in the starting 11. Why? The NBA doesn't have a rule of a minimum of 2 white players on the court. The sanctions imposed include the loss of match points. Thus, the Warriors will forfeit all match points for the match in question, and Dolphins will be awarded 4 match points from the fixture. However, no bonus points will be allocated. A monetary fine, which has not been disclosed, has also been included, with 50% payable before the end of the current financial year. The remaining 50% will be suspended for 5 years and will only be activated if a similar breach occurs within that period. What? You're going to fine them because they didn't have enough black players on the court? As a direct consequence of this sanction, Warriors will no longer qualify for the One-Day Cup playoff, altering the competition's final standings. The Dolphins now move to second place in the log, which they didn't earn, and will host the Titans in a playoff game that they shouldn't be playing in. Wow. The Cricket South Africa head of domestic cricket, Eddie Khoza, confirmed to News 24 that the Warriors' failure to communicate their inability to meet their transformation targets was a reason for them missing out on the one-day playoffs. He explained that teams had played without meeting the requirements previously, but you have to tell Cricket South Africa that you haven't met the target and beg for forgiveness. But in the Warriors' case, they didn't tell anybody, and so they must be punished. Liberal white apologists and black supremacists for the historically disadvantaged narrative need to open their eyes and realize that the indignity and inherent unfairness of race-based laws and policies that harm everyone, including the so-called protected class. And some athletes wonder why they're viewed as quota hires, not the talented athletes that they might be. The absurdity of racial policies plays out daily in South Africa. When black investors sought to profit from the increased value of their equity in Burger King, their sale to foreign investors was blocked by the South African government because having white people buy the equity would lower black ownership, and you can't have that. So the black people couldn't get wealthy over the value of their increased investment because white people can't buy it. So the government preventing blacks from realizing wealth. That's just stupid. And the following is a golden oldie from my original censored YouTube channel about the lunacy of race policies in netball. Hey, folks. All right, here you go. This is from 2020, folks. Early days of the program. I covered this when a netball team was cheated out of their victory. Welcome back to Job Africa. This is Chris. And this time, I don't know what to say. I mean, this is just beyond belief, just the cloud cuckoo land world that South Africa is. The trolls and the racists and bigots who come onto channels like this and try to play the little provocative games about, well, you only ever do this for white people, or you only ever do this for that, you only ever do this. Those who watch this channel know that that's utter nonsense. But let me just put some focus for you once again. So when I complain about quotas in sports, I make the point that it's stupid. You pick the best players for the game. If you're not happy that certain people aren't amongst the best players, then perhaps you ought to take a look at how you develop kids and how you develop the sport at the youth level. And then you'll develop the talent across all ethnicities who are interested in the game. But let's talk about this. So netball. For those of you outside the Commonwealth, though unfamiliar with the game, it's kind of like basketball on a court with a ball about the size of a volleyball that mostly girls play, netball. And so it's very popular, and it's actually quite lucrative, and it's a professional sport in other Commonwealth countries like Australia and the United Kingdom. And so athletes from South Africa can make a lucrative living, young ladies working abroad playing the sport. But let's talk about what just happened here, folks. A couple of days ago, the Mpumalanga Sunbirds were eliminated from the Telecom Netball League, the TNL, after breaching transformation rules. Come again? Breaching transformation rules? Uh-oh, folks. It sounds like the Sunbirds had too many white girls on their team, right? I'll bet that's what you're thinking. Those evil, racist Sunbirds, the Mpumalanga Sunbirds, had too many white people on their team, right? Wrong. Very wrong. You'd be mistaken if you think that the problem was they had too many white people. They had too many black girls on their team. Come again? I thought transformation was about handing everything over to majority South Africans based on skin pigmentation. Apparently it's not. The Mpumalanga Sunbirds were docked points for fielding too many black players, which cost them their Division II semifinal in the Telecom Netball League. Yes, folks. Too many blacks. They put too many blacks on the court, and they had to forfeit their game. The stupidity of this stuff is just unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. It really is. It's just unbelievable. And see South Africa, could such a travesty occur? So what's the lesson here for the players? Talent and drive don't matter. Just make sure you have one of these and one of those and one of these. This is patently unfair and disgraceful, and it must end. This is from 5 years ago. The only way this lunacy ends is with the ANC out of government. Hashtag the world must know what is happening in South Africa. But you see, folks, Donald Trump is misinformed. The Americans are attacking South Africa. They're punishing South Africa. No. The ANC punishes all South Africans, black, white, and brown, with their race-driven policies, which harm everyone. No one's uplifted by this nonsense. If you want to uplift the historically disadvantaged, fix the schools, end the crime wave, ensure public safety, and stop race baiting and race hustling. And for God's sake, get rid of the race-based laws. The absurdity of it is unbelievable. People get to advance when they didn't earn it. These girls were denied an opportunity to show their stuff and earn scholarships, or make it to professional teams and make a living off of sport because people didn't see them, because they were cheated out of the victory that they won. Disgraceful. Shame. What say you, South Africa? Cheers. Yep, almost nobody's watched that one. That's only got 12,700 views. I thought that was a very good one I put in yesterday. So anyway, can't win with all of them. Can't win with all of them. And we really, really hit a wall here for subscriptions. We saw a few subscriptions come in tonight, but things have really slowed down. Yesterday we gained 45, 65, 364 subscribers to today, 10th to 11th. Yesterday went 55, 541 to 9. So we gained 404 subscribers on yesterday. So anyway, Commander in Thief budget giving, that's at 2 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. So 8 o'clock my time. The question was, am I going to cover Karen Bobs gave a super chat. Thank you for that, Karen. Stressing about the budget speech today. Don't stress. Based on what Emma Powell outlined. Will you cover it? I don't know. I'm debating about that. I'll set the alarm and see if I get up for it. I mean, it's going to be mind-numbingly turgid and boring. So I could do my news and report on after the fact. So I'm not really sure. Wind Pump 85 wants to be added to the group. Someone has to put a link in there. We've got a mod there. Okay. Yeah, Ronaldo is covering it, but I was going to consider covering it too. Okay. Last time I watched cricket, Ellen Donald. Okay. Played korfball. I never knew korfball. Just got back from Petersburg. Okay. He is going to capitulate and roll over. Well, we'll see, Ravani. Could be the end of the government of national unity. We'll see. I don't think so, but let's see. Yeah, 2 p.m. Yep. Need you sharp and awake. Need the prison like El Salvador. Yeah, so just to give you an update here, folks, how we're doing on the channel. So we have all time, we have 56,300. We just hit 300 subscribers. Lifetime, we're now up to 9 million views. Wow. We just had 3.5 million views in January. Now up to 9 million views. It's incredible. You guys rock, man. I really appreciate this. Making a huge difference. Huge difference. Almost 900,000 hours of content viewed. We'll go over 1 million hours of content viewed before too long. Have you ever thought of calling up with Morning Shot? What do you mean, Kaylin Storm? What do you mean calling up with Morning Shot? I've been a guest on that program many, many times, and I have a segment on this show called The Briberoos. Briberoos, which is something we do, Byron Shepard and I do. So I take it you're not familiar with that. Here you go. Briberoos, breaking down the news and brying up the hypocrites. Your host, Kristen Byron. We do this episodically. Byron and I used to try to do this every 2 weeks. Yep. Mom is doing much better. Oh, that's good to hear. So she's out of critical care. Okay. Pitbull, thank you for a very informative show. You always give the facts. From Durban, thanks for being there. Martin Williams Bernard, men and women plays. Yeah, well, I don't really care to watch men play netball. I'm sorry. I want to watch the ladies play. Dude, I'm very familiar with Byron. I was with Renegade Reports, interviewed by Renegade Reports when Roman had that. Dude, are you listening? Are you like behind in the chat? I just told you that I have a segment called The Briberoos that I created. There you go. Oh my goodness, somebody's way behind there. Karen said, I'd like if you cover the speech live, but I understand if you don't want to go through the excruciating pain. It is soul destroying and it's going to be painful. So let me think about it. If I get enough sleep and I get up, I'll probably do it. I mean, we'll probably get a lot of people here. So Tomahawk hasn't seen Briberoos. Really? Well, it's there on the channel. It's there on the channel. So let me go to content. I'll find a Briberoos. Briberoos. Okay, let's go back to the one in November. Okay, there we go. So this is from November. Whoops, that's not right. There we go. A room.
But the reality is, Chris, you know what? You and I will have a long discussion about it when the rules have been released. And so a lot of people can say that they're upset with me or angry with me or whatever. Like people, if they want to be upset by the content, I've got a lot of people post your content into my chat sessions and so forth. The reality is we don't know what the rules are. And when you look at it, most people, from a media perspective, interchange the words asylum and refugee status because most people don't understand what a refugee is.
Correct.
But they understand what asylum is.
Well,
So
they think they understand asylum.
100%. 100% agree with you on that. 100% agree with you. And that's why.
So this conversation, that's from 13 February. 13 February. So that's after we already got into this. So yeah, that's last month. That's Byron and I. Yeah, Brad Bruce. Also have a segment called K-Nako. People discovering this channel. I haven't done this in ages because nobody shows up anymore. K-Nako. So let me go to K-Nako from October of 2023. Okay, let's go to that one. So, Call of Africa.
From you, a South African who should know better than anyone about what apartheid-like policies do to people. And I'm thinking, okay, so even when people are oppressed with apartheid-like policies, that doesn't mean you need to stoop down to the lowest levels of barbarism as possible. You know, you're still human at the end of the day. So to see people actually discount all of that, it's quite surprising for me. Well, I'd say it's disappointing firstly, but it is really a surprise.
Koketso Retsani. I've stayed with his mom in Northwest. Lovely host. Provided lodging on my first trip back to South Africa. So that's K-Nako. We used to have Answer the Question segment. We have Fireside with the Colonels. Lots of stuff going on here. My personal take on the interview was very professional, but the DA has lost. Yeah, okay. Update on Lady Pandora. We have no update on her. Okay. Thank you, Gordon. Yeah, Ronaldo's covering, but that doesn't mean I won't cover it. Keldastorm. Well, go to my channel and search for the videos. You know, I've got the playlist. You can look up the playlist, and we have a K-Nako playlist. It's not full because I think I've made a mistake with some of the videos, putting them in the wrong places. But yeah, no, I think a lot of people just discovering my channel for the first time have no idea all the things that we do on this channel. It's quite a bit. And we're doing it for a long time. Just that we were hidden by YouTube. Hey, George, all the slogging eventually paying off. Well done, Chris. Your passion and perseverance sees most by far. Thank you very much. Hope I don't miss you. Yeah, George, I'll get in touch with you. I'll send you a note. I've got you. Let me just make sure here. I still got you because we haven't chatted on what's... Oh, come on now. It's going to do maintenance. Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay. Okay, cool. I sent you a Christmas greeting. Okay. That's right. Okay, yeah. So... Yeah, Koketso's great, but he and Dumo aren't coming on anymore. Nothing to do with me. They're just not on social media right now, so it's a shame. Jan Fundrell, I'm not sure why you're putting that down there. That's not really much of an update. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, that lady's looking for asylum. She's looking for asylum. Maybe. We'll see. So here I am with... oh, that's huge. 26 gigs for that. Okay. Wow, that's what Jake White, 26-minute video. Okay. So here's a meet and greet in PE. There you go. This is a PE meet and greet. This is the smallest one I ever had in PE, but it was fun. Had a nice time. Mike Yagshamash. Yeah, the refugee thing is interesting. We'll see what comes of it. Nikki McCormick. Spring is sprung. Yeah, it is springtime here. Scathing cartoon unconscious caracal. Greetings from Zambia. Hey, Neil Kruger. What's going on in Zambia, man? Richard Viss is here. Yeah, no, I got you, Ravani. Oh, here we go. So, you want to see Ronaldo do some work? You won't see this very often. Here's Ronaldo doing some real work, okay? You ready for this? Here's Ronaldo doing work. Look at that. Ronaldo is doing some work, man. Remember this moment. Yeah, no, I've never had a segment Sile. I've interviewed him, and we've been to a bride together, but I've never had him on a segment. Difficult guy to nail down. We have no reason to arrest Lady Pandora. That would just be very provocative. Very provocative. Oops, I opened up a browser, which I didn't want, so hang on a second here. What's this one here? For those paying attention. From nothing to 9, the rise of the Patriotic Alliance under Gabe McKenzie is no mystery for serious analysts and no surprise for those paying attention. The Patriotic Alliance scored just 6,600 votes in the 2019 election. However, in 2024, what a significant change it was indeed. In 2024 elections, Gabe McKenzie and the Patriotic Alliance, with a strong focus on recruiting colored voters in the Western Cape in particular, rose from just 6,000. Okay, actually wearing the same shirt. It's a K-Way shirt. It's the one I got on right now. Love your Springbokker and Gilbert rugby balls. Thank you for that. I got all kinds of rugby balls there. I've got 2 sevens rugby balls. Other side, sorry. Cape Town and San Francisco. Those are mini balls down there. Over here, that's the Women's World Cup in New Zealand. Up there, those are limited edition World Cup, 500 of those made for South Africa, and then that's another one for the World Cup. Jurgen's Roots, Chris just learned about the racketeer influence of corrupt orders could be used in regards to USAID. Unlikely. USAID is not a racketeering organization. It's used to take out mobs and gangsters and things like that. What, Ronaldo found a real job? Lori Letton, where the hell have you been? Thought you died or something, man. I haven't seen you in ages. What's prediction next for the next election? Well, Bitcoin Bot, if you listen to the DA and their blue machine, they expect to be the largest vote winner in the municipal elections. I don't think so. They think they're going to win. They might not be around in the next election. White Takis, yeah. Well, those are his shoes, not mine. So this is in Durban. This was our meet and greet in Durban. We did a meet and greet in Durban when I flew down to Durban from PE. There you go. It was a nice spot. The meal was fantastic. Really, I really enjoyed the meal. It was a small one. So the meet and greets have been a bit smaller lately, and maybe they'll be bigger next trip. Hopefully they will be. I mean, that could be the highlight of the trip for me, is to do the meet and greets. I intend to, next time I do come, do some public speaking events if people are interested in that, but people said they were. Yep. What's the prediction next? Like, if we go over to the USA, we won't have to winter. Okay. We all know that the South African politics is a comedy show. Okay. So what else you got here? That's the beach in Durban. Here we go.
Just mere hours before South Africa must swear in the parliament on Friday, June 14th, 2024, after the seismic historic elections of May 29th, we've yet to discover what the potential government of national unity or coalition will look like going forward, or whether the ANC will try to go alone in a minority government. But here in KwaZulu-Natal, a very interesting development is taking place. After the upstart and Nkonto-Sizwe party, which is more a vanity project and vaporware than an actual political party, won 45% of the vote in this province, it seems that other parties are working very hard to take the remaining 55% to keep MK Party out of power in the provincial legislature. African National Congress, the Democratic Alliance, the Inkatha Freedom Party, and the once larger Breakaway Party, but now down to just one seat in the legislature, the NFP, the National Freedom Party, former IFP members, are the kingmakers, because they can go with those other three parties and keep. So
that was from Durban. That was a 5-minute video I did. So Solomon says they can't seem to unburden themselves on what has been. That's a great line. Unburdened by what has been. Oh my God, welcome back. I wonder who actually is going to gain the most votes from the whole USA debacle. I don't know. Maybe somebody like the PA might gain a lot. Someone asked me, creatives, about warm baths. I have no idea what warm baths is or where that's at. I'm sorry, you caught me off guard. I don't know that. So, there you go. So I liberated this. This is my UIM sign. I got it in all places, in a place where there's almost no support for the UIM, and that was in Durban. Look at Moses Madiba Stadium behind me there. I liberated that sign from for Neil De Beer in the UIM. Yeah. Yeah, it's another sign. I was busy liberating signs all over South Africa. That was fun, having those signs. Yep, it was fun. And people are like, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I can. It's rubbish, man. It has to be taken out. The election's over, man. The election is over, dude. Game over. You got to remove the rubbish. Oh, my tab just crashed in YouTube. Well, that's not a surprise. They've got some serious problems. Okay, are we back there? Come on, YouTube. Okay, so this is what I missed out. Although I understand one of these jerseys is there for me. That's not the one I'm looking for. Sorry. Okay. Then here's a meal with my dear friends, the Tungays. This is in Howick, in the new location for the restaurant. We did the meet and greet a couple years ago. There they are. Lovely people. Lovely people. John is almost 90 years old now. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm a closet liberator. Yep. So I liberated those signs. Yep, sure did. Okay, so oh yeah, this is KZN because the rails are broken. This is insane. Look at this crap. This is absolutely insane, folks. Okay. So this is what happens when you destroy the rails in a country and everything is shipped by truck. Huge waste of energy and petrol, a highway hazard, it's dangerous, it's insane. So this is last year. This is beautiful. I love this part of South Africa. It's gorgeous. The Midlands area there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But I mean, look at this. This is absolutely insane. Look at all these trucks. Look at this. These shouldn't even be on the road. They should be on rails. All that stuff should be on the rails. So you go up here so I'm not blocking the view. There you go. I mean, look at this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Peter Maritzburg, not too far from there. Yep. Look at these trucks, man. I mean, I only filmed like 3 minutes of this crowd. There's a bunch of rubbish in that truck. This is absolute insanity. Oh, no, I know about the trucks going to the border of Mozambique. Yep. Yeah, I covered that story, Vindpump. Let me pause for a second on that video. So, Vindpump 85, yes, I know about Captain Venant du Toit. He was named after Colonel Venant du Toit, who's a friend of mine. I got that message. Someone jumped the gun and told me that Venant du Toit had been murdered in a robbery, and I was crestfallen when I heard that. So I reached out to Venant, didn't get a double tick mark on delivery. So, actually, I did get a double tick mark on delivery for him, but no response. And then I sent it to a friend of his who might have been with him if he was actually in Gauteng. And I only got one tick mark, so I was worried their phones had been stolen, and so I didn't know. I was later able to confirm with the police report that, in fact, it was Police Captain Venant du Toit. Yeah, he was off duty and responded to business robbery. Yeah, I know. It's horrible. I covered that. There's a video I've talked about on here. It's really sad. No, it was never this bad. And this is last year now already. So I'm headed back to Durban from Howick here. It's absolute insanity. And there never was a third lane there. They added that third lane from the border because it's just out of control. Look at this. This is crazy. I mean, I've never published this video, I don't think, just because it's too long for people to watch. But while I'm narrating, it's just crazy. Look at this. What beautiful countryside. This is absolutely stunning place. Look at that dude stand on the side of the road there. That's crazy. Oh, somebody's passing me. I'm going the speed limit, by the way, so that person is speeding if you want to report their number plate. Eventually, I just gave up filming it because it's just too much. Wow. So crazy. You're right, Adam Bernard. They make money off of the stickers on that. Yeah, I know the Mozambique border. I've been there. I've also been the Kazangulu border in Botswana. That's not nearly as bad, but it's long too. So that's 3 minutes, and it just went on and on and on. I finally just had enough of it, so it was pretty crazy. So yeah, thought you might find that interesting. $73,000 unutilized. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, Hilton College are trying to go after now. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. What is this? Okay. Oh, yeah, I went to cover some rugby here. This is Varsity Cup. Varsity Cup there. Yeah, but they're serious road hazards, so something to remember there. Anyway, all right. What's next on here? Okay. Back to Loftus here. These people came down from the stands. They're like calling my name out. It's pretty cool. This happens to me at Loftus all the time. That's why I love going to Loftus. People like, hey, it's a Colonel, Chris. And they just come out of the stands when I'm walking down below. And we get photos. It's pretty cool. That was awesome. Yep. Yep. So, Vilken Marais, good morning. The ANC is going to use EWC to get one thing only. Their main hand is land. Vilken, you're not exactly telling us news. I've been reporting that for years. That's the purpose behind expropriation without compensation. It's not about land. It's a red herring. Well, everybody's just focused on land and land being stolen, which is a legitimate concern. They're over here stealing out of the back door your pensions, your medical aid every year, 10% to make up the money that they don't have. Cynthia's back. Okay, where are you? Okay, you're on your way. Where are you headed to? You didn't say where you're going. It's Loftus. What else we got here? Anything interesting? Then I'm back to, where's this at? That's in Pretoria again. Here we had a little fun. This is the Mexican restaurant after the semifinal. This was fun. MV Velman's on there, so check it out. And the other guy, young guy, writes for SA Magazine. So, little tequila there. Being a little bit silly there. It's something I rarely do. But I mean, I was walking distance from my room, so I wasn't driving. Okay. What's my take on Taiwan? What do you mean, Nikki? What's my take? Vis-a-vis South Africa or what? Why do I love South Africa so much, says Twisted Clint? I've covered that so many times, and it's a bit late to be covering that tonight, so we'll have to come back and cover that another time. Okay, and then the Vaal River. So I had a meet and greet here, and there was only one person at it. It was Ronell. Ronell was the only person at this meet and greet. She came all the way down to join me. That's the Vaal River. There's Rwanda. What do you mean with Taiwan? What's the UN doing in Taiwan? Yeah, Pala Pala being classified as top secret is a joke. It's a cover-up. It's clear that the president is, based on the prima facie evidence, it appears that he's guilty, guilty of sin in perverting the means of justice, and also in currency violations. So, I mean, they're covering it up. Covering it up. What's this? Oh, here's a meet and greet we had at Four Ways. This was kind of fun. This was at Four Ways. Got some of the usual suspects there at my meet and greets. Check it out. Debbie, Chris Marie, Evan. There you go. Kevin. Yeah, this is fun. That was Four Ways. We had a nice one there. I was at a Starbucks. Mike, do I remember having dinner? Yes, I did. It's quite a thing seeing you there. Mike, were you the young man that used to work for Toyota? Is that you? The last name made me think you were Indian. Is that you, Mike? I'm considering IJsselfontein and Veldhoven again for the next trip. Yeah, so... Oh, no, I didn't meet you. I met the young man there. Okay, Mike, okay. I did meet your wife. I was able to scarf a hat out of that, and I've advertised it a couple of times. Not a lot. Not Taiwan, different topics. Well, I don't know. You were confusing me with that question there, Nikki. I've advertised. I got a hat. I collect hats from all over. I was willing to buy them, but I managed to get a hat out of there. So she gave me one. Yeah, okay, no, Mike, we did meet then. The young man that worked for you, I met there, who actually knew me from when he worked up for Toyota in Gauteng. I plan to come back to maybe IJsselfontein and over to Veldhoven on this next trip when I get there. So I will consider that for sure. But I would like people to come to the meet and greet in IJsselfontein. People told me they're going to be there. Ronaldo said his brother would be there. 4 other people said they'd be there, and nobody showed up. Thanks for being here, Mike. Appreciate you being here. Right-wing podcaster. Oh, that's too funny. Okay. So I liberated this one too. This is Tawny Pat's poster. So, that's kind of out of focus. Can I get one in focus? There we go. This is in focus. So here's Tawny Pat's poster. I liberated this one too during the election. So stop the suffering. Switch to good. That was Johan, a.k.a. Borki. Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, okay, cool. But we didn't meet Mike, did we? I don't recall meeting you. I did meet your wife. Yep. Vredenburg between IJsselfontein and Veldhoven. Reg Dodd, Vredenburg is a place I would consider. People asked me to go there last time. Let me see something real quick. I want to look at the feasibility of that. Remember, I mean, it's not like I'm getting ferried around by people. I have to make all this stuff work. Okay, here we go. You know, there's a Vredenburg in Yonkers. Yeah, with someone asked me to stop there last time, but I didn't. I'm trying to remember why I didn't stop there last time. Saldanha Bay, people asked me to stop there too. So yeah, I could do that because I've never been to Paternoster or Saldanha Bay. I've skipped that. So I went to IJsselfontein, and from there I went to Veldhoven. So yeah, I could consider that. Pop into Langeman. There you go. Hey, Shawnee. No, every trip's go, Shawnee. I need to spend 2 months in South Africa straight, but I can't do that. It's impossible. I have other obligations. So 6 weeks would be ideal, but that's tough. This time, if I go, if it goes anytime in the next several months, I can't find more than 4 weeks that I'm free because I've got other obligations. So, coffee shop fiasco, Minister of Human Settlements now, even bigger pot to skim, huh? What are you talking about, man? Hermanus, Martin, I've done meet and greets in Hermanus. Did one last time, but that was with Neil De Beer, and then I did one my first trip back. That was one of my favorite meet and greets. It was a horrible rainy night, and some of my most loyal viewers showed up there. They came through the rain, and somebody's 90-year-old mom was there. That was so cool, so cool. What happens to debt if sanctions play South Africa? How will people pay them off? Well, Jeremy, sanctions just means that people from America can't deal with South Africa. It doesn't stop you from trading the rest of the world. So. What's your take on okay? Yep. So, Mike, thank you for being here. Martin, meet and greet Hermanus. Hermanus is a bit far though, but I mean, I go there, so yeah, it's just a little bit far. So, but I haven't been. Maybe this next trip I might do something whenever I get there. Hermanus to Gansbaai, and then back up to Swellendam, and then go back up through Worcester. I've never done that, so that would be interesting and new. Something I haven't done before. So anyway, but just a thought. Oh, we're down to 282 people. Where are you all going, man? Where are you leaving to? Again, Pitbull, what do you mean? Okay, one last one. What's Similani? Coffee shop fiasco. I don't know anything about that, man. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with that. And then here I am with Roman Kabanak. Oh, no, that's just a test. That was a live, so I don't have the video. Okay. Or do I have the video? I met this gentleman who a lot of people were asking me to interview. I haven't really heard from him since then. That's another test one. Those were both live, so I don't have videos, so my bad. Went to Fire Ops. That was pretty cool. And what else I got here? Where the heck is that at? I remember that. Where is this at? Oh, it's the Rhodes Memorial. That's right. I went to the Rhodes Memorial. Okay. In the past, what I do is I make a WhatsApp group for people who are able to share lodging or provide lodging. Some people actually pay for my accommodations on a few nights. Others I've stayed with. I'm not really comfortable staying with people. I've done it. There's some people I'm very comfortable staying with. Yep. Some people are very, Marilyn and Lindsay are very comfortable staying there. I feel right at home with that, and I don't feel like I'm putting them out. They're wonderful people. Not that everybody isn't, but sometimes I feel like I put people out. So, yep. Plus, you don't want to overstay your welcome. And when I'm running from place to place, and sometimes, like one of my trips, I didn't spend much time with my host, and I was just using it as a place to sleep. But just because of the schedule, they understood, but I felt guilty. You're killing this live chat. Hats off. Thank you, Nikki. We'll host you. Northern Suburbs, Monte Vista, best known landmark, Panorama Mediclinic. Okay. Used to play ice hockey back in the day. Well, that's cool, Rentia. Do you like a thin crust piece? What do you like on a pizza? Yeah, thin crust is fine. I also like stuffed crust, but thin crust is fine. I like Hawaiian pizzas. Yep. Yep. A lot of people don't like that, so they freak out. But I love Hawaiian pizzas, so it's got to be done well. Then I went to Kirsten Bosch, and so got some video of that here. So, I mean, I always listen to people's recommendations. Hey, Chris, can you go there? Can you go here? I had never been to Kirsten Bosch before. People said, can you go there? So I went. That was before they just had the recent fire, so I caught it when it's still beautiful. Boy, I'm doing a bad job holding that phone. I must have been tired. It's annoying birds. Anyway, I got better pictures. But so that was there. Yep. And what else you got here? What else? Well, I took a lot of photos of Kirschenboss, man, a lot, and a few videos too, so there's a lot here. What's this one?
Hello from Canal Walk in Cape Town, folks. Does the truth really matter? Is it important? What about context? Well, these are questions we'll delve into here in just a moment as we discuss the ongoing controversy related to a 15, 16-year-old video produced by Ronaldo Jos.
That's raw footage there.
So what's going on? Well, a video has been surfaced that's about 16 years ago from Ronaldo recording a video in which he is angry about Jacob Zuma and Julius Malema being allowed to sing Kill the Boer. And that's protected speech, saying that it's unfair, it's basically hypocrisy and a double standard. And he said that if I said the following, and then he went into a little mini rant to make a point, not directed at an individual, not directed at a group, but rather in an explanatory fashion.
All right, so Mike, I can stay there. Cool. Do I get free food at the restaurant? Free booze? Will you give me a ride home? Reg Dodd, no, pineapple on pizza is perfectly fine, and normal people eat it. So Home Affairs is still offline. Whites can't get passports. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. That's people came on yesterday and they picked up a passport. People came on a couple of days ago, picked a passport. I don't know about Pretoria being offline, but so I'm not sure what's going on there. Then I went to the Long March to Freedom. I covered that. Let's see if I've got a video for that one here. I think I made a video. And this again is on my site, and you know, the people attack. There's no video here. I would have sworn I did a video. Maybe I did a live stream. Oh no, I did a video. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, I did this video, and I get no credit for this. You know, they just call me a right winger. Not, you know, I cover things objectively, all angles. No, I didn't see that with Franschhoek. I didn't see that, Loretta. This is kind of cool, but the artificial turf is pretty lame. They should have put bricks down. Shocker. So yeah, another thing I covered. So just, you know, it's just attack you. They have no. They're such sad people attack you. So anyway, covered that. Here's another meet and greet. This one was, where was this one at? Oh, this was near Canal Walk. Yeah, okay. The coffee shop. This was pretty cool. Eric is in this one. It's Bootlegger Coffee Shop. That was a nice small one. We had a good time there. Napoleon Dynamite, I don't think people are lying about picking up their passports. Their passports were probably finished before it went offline and were sitting there. So, you know, put things into consideration there. It's not as simple as you're making it out to be. So, what's going on here? Okay.
Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. This is Chris on Woodbridge Island in Cape Town with the skyline behind me back there, just across the bay. And nearly a month after South Africa's historic seismic elections, we're still waiting for the cabinet to be announced. Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen and ANC leader Cyril Ramaphosa were scheduled to meet today to work on a cabinet, but there'd been no announcement as the time I went to air with this.
Isn't that becoming a rather common story? Steenhuisen and Ramaphosa were supposed to meet. Ramaphosa was supposed to call Steenhuisen. Ramaphosa was supposed to tell Steenhuisen. John is a little bitch boy for the coalition. He doesn't get told anything. That's a story from last year, and every time you turn around, it's the same story. The same story. Well, check this one out. This is in flight. I love this one. This is a good shot. I got a good shot of this one here. In flight coming into Cape Town International. Look at that. Look at that. Signal Hill. Table Mountain. Look at that. That's a pretty cool shot from the air. All the Dodds in South Africa from one bloodline. Really? Okay. What motivates and drives you to expose the rotten politics in South Africa? From my perspective, it's not really your issue to fight for, and although it's truly appreciated, I'm curious. Well, Jaco Kloppa, I exposed the corrupt politics in America, in Germany, in the UK, in Australia, New Zealand. During the lockdown, I spent a lot of time exposing Jacinda Ardern, Dan Williams, and Scott Morrison down under. A lot of time exposing them, the frauds they are. I exposed Joe Biden for the fraud he is. I criticized Trump when he got things wrong, even though I voted for the guy. No, it's just right now that right now all the attention is on South Africa, and my audience has gone from 50% South African to 83% South African, and so I'm spending a lot of time on it. So I don't usually broadcast it freaking, you know, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning here. My goodness, the time with 3 hours. I didn't realize I've been doing this for 3 hours. Wow. I don't usually broadcast at 11:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning unless there's an event going on in South Africa breaking, but I've been doing that because of this. Twisted Clint says that's because we love you so much. Thank you, Emil. My pleasure. Woodbridge, lovely place you stay there. Just the common pool is a little small for rental price. Yeah. It's a little pricey there. And you don't want to be just outside of Woodbridge Island and on the mainland. No, I don't want to be there. So it's just a focus right now. So I've started doing this while we're waiting for the results of the refugee program, what the status is, to do these nightly conversations, because the other program is a news program. So we're just kind of doing it. So I'm giving it my all right now. And so did you see the mudslides? No, I didn't see that. Okay. All right. I think we're going to wrap up here shortly. I didn't realize I've been on for 3 hours. Good Lord. And I'm at the grand finale. Here's somebody who recognized me at Loftus. when I was in the Woolies trying to get something there in Woolies, and this person came up to me and they recognized me. Yep. Bulls fan there with the older Bulls jersey on. Yeah, so it happens to me all the time. Last time, 45 times I got recognized that I kept track of. Nico says, I'll see what happens with the fraud speech. DA is done, in my opinion. What's your take on a ceasefire 30 proposal, which Putin must agree to? I think it's a brilliant idea, and that's what Trump has been trying to get. We'll see if something comes of it. We'll see if Putin actually wants peace. Okay? And let me see, how far am I? Almost done with the end of this folder. So, here's a friend of mine, Johan Orton, who's a great sports photographer. We actually linked up in Japan at the Rugby World Cup, Johan did. He's the one to help me get my press credentials for the Bulls a long time ago. He lives in Nelsprut. Really great guy, does some fantastic sports photos. Yeah, he's been to the Rugby World Cups, really great guy, Johan Orton. So I know him from LinkedIn, and yeah, so what's your take? Okay, I already answered that. Okay, let's see. What's this? I'll get a copyright claim on that one. I got to stop. I didn't realize that's what that was. Playing music at Loftus. That was for the finale. And here I am. This didn't come out so well, the lighting on it, but this is Gordon's Bay. This is nice. I was down visiting Sean in Ilza. Unfortunately, my face doesn't come out well, but look at that sunset behind me, Gordon's Bay. That was just stunning. It's when I arrived in Gordon's Bay. You're welcome, Martin. So there you go. Yeah, Gordon's Bay was nice. That's the Penguins again. I don't need to see that. Okay. And then where's this at? Well, that's Gordon's Bay too. Yep, and there you go. That's going to do. What's this picture of? Hang on a second there. Is that Atlanta? Picture from the air. Didn't come out very well. All right, and that's that. Cool beans. Then I'm back in the States. Cool beans. All right, jumping all over the live. Was watching 3 hours ago. Yeah, no, I'm all over the place. We've been at it tonight. Stefan says, thanks, Colonel. I'm helping keep me up to date news in my own country. You're welcome. Just FYI, I know you get 1,000 emails, but I just emailed something I think you'll find very interesting. All right, Proud Neanderthal. Let me look at that before I go, because otherwise I'm going to forget about it. Let's go to check this out. So real quick, email. Okay. Saw this on Facebook. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm going to... Well, why can't I save it? Oh, there we go. Save it. Okay, got it. Okay. Well, I have to do something different. Okay. Wow, that is interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I will take a look at that. Okay, now I don't think I'm going to be able to make that thing with Ron Posa tonight, but I probably should before I go to bed. But I got my second wind here, so thanks for sharing that. I got it. Appreciate it. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, but I do get a lot of emails, so it's good that you pointed that out. All right, everybody. We're going to wrap it up here. I got to check on what Ramaphosa had to say if he actually called. Thank you, Mako Hosazana Zwane Sigukwa. Well, thank you for subscribing. Okay, y'all take care. And it's my pleasure, as always. Hugo, welcome to you. Family in Texas, they love it there. Okay, well, Virtual Western Cape, Texas is nice, but not my cup of tea. All right, y'all take care, and we're going to wrap it up here. Cheers.